Fucking hell. What's going on, champs? Give me a moment there. Let's fucking organize my shit. I was just chatting to a few people and whatnot here and there, X, Y, and Z. Morning. What the fuck's going on with crypto? What the fuck's going on with the market? What's going on with everything really as well? So we're just gonna break this level to level, really simple, nothing too complicated. Easy shit as it is. You know how we work. And so yeah. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. It's a fucking Wednesday, FOMC today, big day, decision time. Today is the day that the market shows its hand, and that's why I kept the title as that. I thought to myself that's really quite a key point as well, because FOMC happens 8 times a day. For those who don't know what FOMC is, like, it's all this whole meeting or whatever. They govern the whole policy, the interest rate, the law. You can literally check it out on Google, type in what is FOMC. It'll tell you everything as well. I want to keep this short and brief as well to try and actually tackle down as many things as we can. I want to focus on BTC, Ethereum. I want to focus on a bunch of alts as well. So send in your request today. We are gonna get cracking on there. There's gonna be less bullshit talking from me. There's gonna be less what you call it, motivation shit and stuff like that, education content. We've done a lot over the past 39 episodes. Today is the 40th episode. Freaking hell, 40 episodes on Dank's daily trade. So that's a mad one. It's a big milestone, going to 50 soon as well. So want to get cracking on there. Before I do so, I want to give a quick shout to a brother of mine. He goes by the name of Evan, but that's not really his name, right? His Chinese name is John Sai Sai, right? He's a manager of Huobi. He's in the chat right now. So shout out to Huobi. Big love to you guys, and I appreciate you actually jumping on the stream and listening to me talk and whatever. So I'm pretty excited. That's a big one, Huobi, a top 10 contender. Just let's freaking get it up there as well on the market exchange. 1 second. So if you look at Huobi on literally control. Oh, I need to refresh this as well. 1 second. All right. So Huobi, where are you? Where are you, my brother? John Sai Sai, you gotta help me out here. I can't even find it. I did see it was a top 10 contender. There it is, number 8. So shout out to these guys. I do trade on Huobi. I do have an account with them as well. So when sign up link, let me deal with Jan Sai Sai, then we can talk about that in the future. But he's actually watching the show as well. So show him some love. Show Huobi some love as well. So if you do have an account with Huobi, they're a good account. They're really easy to use as well. Really simple. So just on your phone. I mean, I do a lot of my trading on my phone and even on the computer. Back in the days, they were easy. They were really simple, just like Binance and stuff like that. But Binance is they say they're number one, but let's see if Huobi takes over. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna get cracking on there. So who do we have here? Actually, freaking out. 1 second. Let's see who we have here. Fucking, there's a big amount of people. We've got Derry here. We've got Hunter. We've got freaking Jan Sai Sai is there. That's him. Good morning, mate. He's literally underneath Hunter there. We got Joe, we got Exist, we got Dank, we got freaking Lone Wolf, Jarrod, Redacted, AltQ, Amma. We got Way here, Nick is here as well. We got Mayo, Joel P, Jarrod. We got too many people here. Jesus Christ, man. You got your average hero, Gimbal. We got Info, motherfucking Rap God. So what's going on, guys? Hope you guys doing well. On Way saying, I'm watching Matic to the closely. Got the pump a couple hours ago, but sold too soon. Hoping to do better on the way back down, assuming that's where it's headed next. To be honest, right, I'm going to be honest before we get cracking. I did say to you guys that, it's it's going to be a very volatile moment, right? Because it's FOMC today. It's happening at 7 o'clock in the UK. We're going to have to wait. I mean, there's small trades. I would say little quick trades, day trades, very short burst. A lot of scalps is more likely. We'll look at a swing opportunity as well from both the upside and downside as well. So, because if the rates come out higher, from last meeting was 75 points. If it goes to 75 or 100, there's going to be downside. What that means to me, right? To me as a trader, is that the Feds have not been able to control the interest rate. They not have been able to control this whole explosion that's happening across the market. So if they're increasing the rates, right, that means they don't have control. They're trying to find a way to get under control by doing what? By increasing the rates. And once it gets under control, then they'll drop the rates. So if it stays the same, that means to me, it's a trick. In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be a major thing, because the next one, if you look at the next one, let me show you this, right? So It's quite interesting here. So they have 8 meetings every year, right? So we already had the January, March, May, June, right? And July, which is today. Today's the big one. The next one will be in September, right? You see this, September 2021. What's interesting about September in terms of crypto is that it's a bear market. It's September. Every time in September, we've had some bearish move throughout the way. Yes, we have a little pump in the beginning of the month, like last year, and it just got shanked the fuck down. I'll show you. I'll give you an example right now. We've done the 4 hours, right? We'll talk about the charts in just a second. I'm just showing you September. That's what I'm doing. Nothing too major, okay? So if you look at here, Control Z, that should be moved. So I still remember this really, really well. And I called the bearish move in September, right, in August. I think about mid-August, towards the end of August, I was saying, yeah, we're going to go down. And look here, right? Remember I showed you guys the monthly play? Exactly the same thing we're going to do here. So let's just do this, right? So where is... let's just scroll this out there. So September 31st, September the 1st. So let's say this is the monthly open, right? It's just about here, okay? That's the monthly open there. Can you see what happened? Price literally shot up, and this is August's high. So I'm gonna highlight August's high at the same time, and you can see how this works. So it does a stop run, right? So literally just look here. That's his August's high, and this is September's open, right? Price got up, didn't take out liquidity because liquidity is resting here. Takes out liquidity. So because that's the, if you're gonna be bearish, right, you're gonna put your stop loss above August's high, playing it to go lower. So it takes out liquidity, comes back down, retests it, then goes up higher. It makes a higher move. So then you're thinking, oh, we're gonna go higher, whatnot. So the key is next. The next key is, as I always say, look for the retest. If it holds above it, takes out this high, that's bullish. You know, on a monthly, this is your stop loss over here, and you go up a lot more higher. But the moment, look at this 4 hour candle, right? These 4 hours candle, one, retest it. Second 4 hour candle, completely smashed below it. Not only does it smash below August's high, takes out September's high, comes back, finds resistance, deviates it. See, that's a deviation of, let me just make this all clear. Delete all this shit. So this is September's open, deviation, retest, and then sells off. So you already know that if you want to be a short, right? I mean, price got retested off this area here, I'd say. Price got capped off this consolidation over here, and you place your stops over here, for example, if you're bearish, and then that's it, off you go and take out these liquidity X, Y, and Z. So that's September, right? So they say the next movement is what, September the 21st, was it? I'm just gonna bring this back up one second. What the fuck is it? That's it here. September 20th to 21st. Guess what, motherfuckers? Have a look at this. What happened on September the 21st, right? The 21st, right? Can you see at the bottom, right below where the line, just above said leave your comments below and I'll be happy to answer, that kind of shit. Right there, you can see the low was made in September. So the low was made, retest the mid-range, that was the mid-range of the macro range, comes back down, holds the low, right? This is a grind. So that's well, you could say in terms of market structure, price was going high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and it's grinding down. You see this grind over here? So that means, so once you got this, right, you know your stop loss is over here. Once we reclaim this, definitely you know your stop loss here and you can play a lot more higher. And what happened? We made an all-time high, X, Y, and Z. So in my opinion, right, I mean, I don't know until 7 o'clock. Once the market comes out, once, you know, the whole FOMC shit comes out and whatnot, do we go down? You know, like, I think so. I do think so. I think I mean, look, bearish wise, it's a tricky one. Honestly, it's a very tricky one. So like, just looking at it off the bat itself, right? If the market is, where's my 6? Let me open the window. Sorry about this, guys. Give me one moment, guys. Let me close the door. Yeah, so what I was saying is, like, if the next meeting is in September, which is times for, you know, September being bearish in crypto across the market, or it always has been majority of the time, probability wise is always great in our favor for it to be bearish. If that's the case, right, we play the shorts, right? So You got two options. You can either, well, three options, right? Today, what you could do, you can literally just take it easy, right? And just sit on your hands today and let today unfold, right? And after FOMC, step in. Not straight after FOMC, not at 7 o'clock. I wouldn't step in straight away because you're going to get some volatile move up and down. You're going to have some wicks, some stop loss and whatever, stop runs on both sides of the market. It always happens every single time. And that's the trick. Just to be patient and slow down, right? So that's the first option. The second option is, which we're going to do today, is look for some day trades, look for some scalps. The third option is, right, is literally have a swing trade, right, based on a validation, right? There's literally right now, there's a swing trade on both sides, right? But we don't know. So like, that's risky in my opinion, playing one side of the market, because we don't know. We could lose previous all-time high and go a lot more lower. Do you remember the market structure I was telling you? So if I just bring this up one second, and then I'm gonna read the comments quickly. Let's see. So do you remember this? Market structure has been quite decent so far, right? So you got low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Sorry, fucking hell, I got it wrong way. We got low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Is this the higher low? We don't know just yet, but just looking at this chart itself, right? Literally, the key is here. This is the key. So you see this area here, right? This is the key itself. Can you see that? We got resistance, deviation, comes up a support over here, then come back down. So if I was to be bullish, right, literally off the bat, if I was to be bullish, a reclaim over here, break up, and let's go. This is, you can say that's your confirmation of example. And then we take out these liquidities over here, working our way to 26k, right? So working our way all the way back up there, okay? That's one. Or the fact that we actually back below it, because if it was supposed to be, you know, support, right? It should have held it, right? It should have held it. That would have been bullish for me with a stop loss probably here, a hard stop there, working out this liquidity there, working our way up there. But the fact that it's become back down, I don't like this. I really, oops, fuck off. How do I bring it back up? Oh, okay, I'll draw it back in. So it was about here. The fact that we step back into it, right, below it, and we close below it, right, then we were like, all right, then if it breaks down, takes out this low, then I can take out this liquidity over here, liquidity there, liquidity over here, and break the market structure. Remember, this is the higher low. We lose this market structure, send it back down, take out these liquidities. Let's go to 16k, wherever the numbers it wants to go. We don't know, but we play both sides of the market. We be patient and we be safe. That's what I'm talking about in terms of playing both sides of the market in terms of swing trade. There's a very good swing trade coming up as well, but I would say wait for FOMC, in my opinion. Okay, so it's best to be safe. You know when they say capital preservation is the key, blah blah, all that kind of stuff. Here we are, capital preservation. I haven't taken any trades last night. I'm just being a bit more patient as it is. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So automatic, right? So we got, all right. So oh yeah, I have to do AAVE for someone actually requested it yesterday. I missed it completely, but I'm gonna do that today. So AAVE will be the first one. We've got automatic. We're trying to smash these one. Yeah, smash the likes and show your love, man. I appreciate that. So negative GDP at 830 ET will be the axe on the market's head. Ooh, yeah, Luke's got a point there. Quarter bang 100x. Damn, freaking hell, man. Shout out to motherfucking Rap God. I think we got 75 BPS. There's rumors about 100 BPS at the moment, isn't it? So recession avoided, and we off to 26k. Yeah. So do you think we're getting a nuke? I don't know. Market structure wise, we're still holding. Remember, like I said to you, as long as this holds, we're still bullish, right? We're still bullish. You can't disagree until then, but we can still trade within the spaces that we have, right? So we've got John Sai. I'm honored to be in Dank's live room. We intend to work together. Welcome to support Dank and hope you love you all. Appreciate that, man. You heard it from John Sai. He's right there. Just underneath Nick's message there. So shout out to him. I'm gonna plug him in on Twitter actually. One second. Where's Twitter? It's on this. second there. Okay, let me delete all this. Let's move this over here. One second. I don't want to bring up personal information as well. That's it. So shout out to John Sai. I'm gonna give him a follow. That's it. It's Crow61321615. So that's a big plugin as well, you know, like manager of Huobi. So it's a big one there. So if you guys follow him, who knows, you might be lucky one day with him as well. So show some love to him as well. Fucking hell. Let's see what else we got here. Close this down and back to this chart here. So close the bad ones for once. Appears playing both ways today is dodgy. It is dodgy, Mo. I agree with you, but we can play smaller little plays as well. Good morning, Name. How you doing, brother? Joel P said, "Yo, thanks. So with the ETH merge coming on the 19th September, do you think it might make any difference to what you just spoke about?" So look, in terms of so in terms of the ETH merge, so the ETH merge is September the 19th. FOMC is at the 20th, 21st, right around that time, just like the day before. So what I do reckon, right, like my personal view is that every kind of news event is always buy the rumor, sell the news, right? It's the way to trade the market. If you're day trading, if you're swing trading, or you're an investor, it's very different. So if you're swing trading, you're gonna wait for more confirmation to actually, not confirmation. You're gonna apply your stop loss at a wider stop, but you're expecting higher targets, right? So you got your targets on the upside. Now, if you're day trading, you're playing it level to level. So as a trader, to me, this ETH merge is a buy the rumor, sell the news. What do I mean by that? I mean, the rumor is this ETH merge is coming out. September the 19th is going to come out. So what I'm saying is, you can actually buy Ethereum here, and let the market go up, right? And then just before the September the 19th, the release, we're going to get profit taken. It's going to happen every single time. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how big the event is. It could be crypto is accepted across the world. The US accepts crypto. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news event, right? And then what happens is, like, the bigger money. Remember I told you there's bigger fishes out there. It's not me, you. It's not Elon Musk put together or Michael Saylor. These guys don't run the show behind. There's bigger players out there who works in the background. They're the market makers. These guys pump and dump Bitcoin. They treat Bitcoin like a shitcoin. Someone was mentioning yesterday about, like, there's one account that has 200,000 Bitcoin. I've seen in a wallet of 100,000. I've spoken to someone with 19,000 Bitcoin as well. So these guys actually have more money than we can possibly imagine right now. Let's be honest, right? So end of the day, in my opinion, right? So if this ETH merge is actually bullish, right? Okay, cool. You're gonna have bigger players who's buying ETH at cheaper prices, and what they're gonna be doing is on the ETH merge release, right? When that notices, you're gonna notice a pullback, right? Price is gonna drop. Most people are like, whoa, hang on a second. The average Joe is gonna think, what the fuck is going on here? This is the most bullish news we had in crypto since when Bitcoin was invented. And why is it going down? It's because bigger players want to take their profits and then buy it back. You buy low and sell high. Well, we don't do that. The fucking big guys do that. They're the ones who actually do the buy low, sell high. We just fucking take the scraps. We're fucking algaes, remember. We're not even tuna fishes or salmons or even a crab. We're just or prawns, for God's sake. We're algae. We're just taking scraps. So that's my opinion on in terms of the ETH merge. So if the FOMC in September becomes bullish, right, and it's all good, and they've reduced the rates itself, what's going to happen is the market's going to push up. When the market push up, it pushes up and whatever. But it's funny how the ETH merge is the day before the freaking FOMC meeting, which allows the dump to happen. FOMC does all the spiky, up and down, taking out stop losses and stuff like that. And then if it's all good, spike up, let's carry on going up higher for a good winter. We don't know, but that's a bullish case scenario. Bearish is the opposite, right? So that's my view. But in the meantime, we're gonna do like the daily trades and shit like that. Does that make sense, everyone? Let's have a look what's going on. So gonna sit on my hands for a while, 100%. I think Apple and so Robin says Apple and Amazon Q2 earnings on Thursday are gonna impact the market greatly as well. That's an interesting one. Appreciate that, Robin. Made some gains the last 2 days. So Dang makes a good point. So made some gains the last 2 days. Don't want to lose anything. Yesterday I took a short on BTC. I was pissed off about this. Let me just run this down and do a quick thingy, a recap of yesterday. Let's bring this up there. So it's on the 15 seconds. I was going on the 1 minute. So do you guys remember this? Right? So we were trading over here, right? So we were literally trading over here, and I was saying my targets, like, let's just do this. I had a range bound environment, just briefly. That was the low, and that was the high itself, right? And I had a, so once we did the stop run, where were we? We were yesterday in the afternoon around here, right? So yeah, so remember I cut the trade. What happened then? It literally went to the top of this blue box there. So I entered around just here itself. I think it was there. I think it was around there. Price came down, was consolidating, and look what happened. Like, it comes up, and then what happens is takes that. I had my stop loss here. Takes out this stop. Let me just zoom into here. The fuck yeah! I got ashes on my keyboard, motherfucker. Fuck. It's the problem when you're smoking in the room, innit? Right. Let me just zoom into here, and then I can just briefly explain this to you yesterday. I was right. I was really right, but and someone asked me, why not bring my stop loss a bit lower, blah blah blah. But look here, he even stopped me at the bust. No, he didn't. So here's the trade. The trade that I took, as a quick recap, it was a scalp. It took too long for my own good, and I didn't like it as well. But this is the mid range. I entered over here, if you guys remembered, and I had my stop loss originally above the blue box, and then I was bringing it down to here. All right, I bring it down to this stop loss there. Price came down, retested this. I'm like, all right, cool, we should send down. And then instead, this was a consolidation. Price got up, comes into this area. If I had tightened my stop to here, it would have taken me out. You see this? It would have taken me out, and I wouldn't have liked that, because I don't want to make a loss, right? Everyone wants to make a gain. And what happened was, wait, let me just fucking, that's my stop loss there. So this is my entry right here. What happens is, takes out this stop here, pulls back down, and then bang, one time, hits target 1, target 2, all in one go. And that would have been a really good fucking crazy move, to be honest. I was looking at, I think it was a 4-hour move or some shit like that. I think, let me have a look. If I held it, it would have been great. But I think my entry was about here. My stop loss was about there. No, it was originally at the top of the box. I was looking to come back down. It's a 2-hour trade. It was a 2-hour trade, and it would have hit target before it's hit target itself, and then come back to stop me off. And then look, it was just a range bound environment. It was a range bound environment. It's the 1 minute. I know that we were scalping, and he went all the way down to this. I mean, you could have, once we come back again. Remember I said to you, this is a range bound environment. We talked about overlapping ranges yesterday, but this is the whole key of the move. Really, this is where the price was stuck at. And the moment we did this, it's a deviation, took a stop run right off the blue box, breaks down. I mean, you could have entered anywhere over here or there. Once we break down below here, for example, as a trading perspective, right, what you could have done is this low here. The moment we lose this low here, you know, is target 1, target 2, target 3, and you would have played it there. And that's the range bound environment. We've done this many times, and I've talked about overlapping ranges. It's on yesterday's episode 39. You can check it out. You're more than welcome to do it. It is chaptered as well, so that should help you guys out in terms of how to actually play ranges and stuff like that, and overlapping 2 different ranges. But the idea was completely clear. So if you guys actually stayed into the trade, happy days. If you guys took the trade afterwards and, you know, played the range bound environment there, happy days. I did talk about it briefly. It was just taking too long for my own liking. Missed out. It is what it is. What can you do? So let's see what's going on before we jump on. Vegeta's in the house. Shout out to Vegeta. What is going to cause the most amount of pain? Up in my opinion, by Nick. Market will make the fools out of the most people. It's going to rip Max pennies up. We don't know. We don't know, Unique. Honestly, it's a very tricky one. Market structure is keeping me short-term bullish. If we break market structure, then I'll flip bias. Hey, Pirate's here. How's it going? You alright? Morning, Pirate. How you doing, Vegeta? You good? Joel P's here, man. We've got Derry here. We've got the whole crew. So smash up the likes, everybody. Show some love. I really appreciate that you guys are here. And we are going to get cracking into BTC now, okay? So 54 people, fucking hell. Do I trade stocks? No, not at the moment. I should do so, but because I've got this whole renovation thing going on at the moment, I'm literally time restricted in terms of what's going on with my life itself, with doing the trading here, monitoring the trades, doing the streams every single day, and then doing the whole renovation. So it's been a bit of a tough one. So like today I've got a lot of painting to do, but at the same time, just once this whole renovation is all done, then I'll be looking at trading stocks and everything, the lot and stuff like that. I know Huobi, just to give a quick one on Huobi, right? They support a lot of fiat, 47 Plus they support so many fiats there as well, so that's a really interesting one. Volume wise, 1.5 billion, so big amount of volume there from Huobi. That's notification, I don't want to show that. Yeah, that's it. So let's talk about the trade. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Let's do the market overview, and we look at what's going on. Right, so as we can see, right, stepping into, let's do the daily. We do the daily, see what's going on. Right, daily it looks pretty decent as it is. I mean, you can see. Do you remember I talked about the weekly range high? So weekly range high was here, there, and then we got the weekly range low is here. Clearly you can see, right, and I've said this over and over again, right, so it's a range band play, right. What we have here, we got resistance, deviation, and a deviation. This one has proven to me as a deviation. Why? We step back in the range. And remember our tattoo that we've got, everyone's got a tattoo on their left butt cheek saying like, what the fuck are you doing back in the range? Literally is that, what are you doing back in the range? Is this a deeper pullback? Because look, we've come back into this area here now. Okay, this is the last low that send the market up for a deviation, right? If it was to be bullish, right, and so far so good, we haven't closed below it. If we had a bodily candle that closes below this, right, for example like this to me is scary. This to me is like, okay, we're going back down, right? So we tagged the mid-range. We're taking out liquidity of last week, right, which comes back to another range there. We can play another range band game, and I'm going to show you in just a second, right? This is more like, you know, building your own style as well. But if we were to be bullish, right, a reclaim of this block here, I mean, we can actually delete all this shit actually. Yeah, sorry. No, I'm going to leave it here just for the sake of it, so you guys don't get confused. So to be bullish, right, for me to be bullish is if we hold above here, hold this block, that means, and you know, the initial high that breaks out of the block and we come back down, right, this to me is bullish. That's my entry. That's a confirmation play, playing at the targets high, the highs over here, liquidity over there, potentially playing to this low here. That's where I'll be looking to play. That'll be target 1, and that'll be target 2. 28.6k. What's key about this area, and that's more of a swing play right there, right? You can literally have a swing play. I mean, I'd have to have a stop loss over here for now because of FOMC. If you want to play a swing long, if you're bullish, I'd have to have a stop loss there below this deviation here, because that's, if we take out this is the last lower high, higher low. If we take this out, right, this fucking bearish, then we play the opposite side. So that's why I keep a wider, much wider stop. Once we reclaim this, right, above the weekly mid-range, then I'll have my stop loss below here, right? Because then I'm like, okay, we shouldn't come back into this area here. We shouldn't come back into the weekly range. We should be playing a lot more higher. So on the daily, it looks decent. I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie to you. The daily does look decent. So it does look like a pull play going up higher, right? So this will be target 1, and then, that'll be target 1, and that'll be target 2, and then we hold above it. Let's go for target 3, and that's it, right? Keep it nice and simple. But at any moment, if we come back down to this area, start breaking down, then this could have been all the lower high on the macro structure. Does that make sense? Do you remember we talked about bullish and bearish market structure? At the moment, what we're looking for, we've made lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We're looking for the next lower high to shank the market back down. That's why I can take this off. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's what we're looking for. If the only way for me to be mega bullish, right, to be like, when I say mega bullish, right, it's like, as in like, okay, this is it. This was actually the low is in completely, right? From the I need confirmation, because the key why I highlighted this, right, it's not just because of this range over here. Yes, there's a range band environment over here. Yes, I agree. However, on the macro scale, we've got something much more important. What is that? This is the Q1 2021 range. So I've highlighted this before. I'll show it to you again one more time. So if I just zoom out on the daily, right, and I'm going to show you this. So literally, this is a range band environment. We talked about ranges over and over again. Here is the macro ranges. So this is the low of Q1, and that's the high of Q1, right, over there. The key that we're looking for is this area here, a deviation or a retest. A deviation will mean that we climb back up, take out these stops over here, and reclaim and hold. This will be my next confirmation play longs, going all the way there, playing to the mid-range, which is about 44.8k approximately. That will be mega bullish, all the way to taking out 37k, let's say 36k to 44k. And then we play, see, come out here, retest the yearly open, reclaim yearly open, fucking let's go. Off we go. Taking our next ranges all the way higher. Or we can just come back down, range bound. And if we reclaim this, take out this high out there, take out this high and reclaim, off we go. Let's go to 90k, 80k, 100k, whatever the number is, right? We just play it level to level, all right? Then what I would like to do you remember I did the whole range bound environment and I double it? So I do the 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, and 2. I'll do the same exact thing here up above. And I'm prepared for the next play. I'm taking profits as I go along. That's how we play. Is it a bit faint there? Sorry about that. Maybe the microphone's a bit too. There we go. Is that better there, Rahul? So yeah, and that's how I will look to play the game there. But the key really comes down to this, right? Let me delete all this because, whoops. And I just want to talk about this range low over here. That's the key. The key is that. But at any time, if we come back into this area here, right? Come back to this, right? And start breaking down, start losing the low here. That is now my confirmation to go shorts, going back into this area here because this is the range bound environment. That'll be target 1, target 2, and let's go back, taking out previous lows and stuff like that. All right, like liquidity on the other side. Okay, so that will be, so that's the key. Deviation or a retest, we don't fucking know, but we play it as we go, and we play it level to level. Keep it nice and smooth, nothing too complicated, because you don't want to lose capital right now. We worked so hard over the last, couple of weeks just to get to where we are right now. So let's not get too excited. Let's keep it nice and simple. All right, so my body's not ready for that mega bullish plan. Do you know what? It's that mega bullish plan. Look, I know the halving's at 2022, this and that, X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying we're making an all-time high. All I'm saying is we can play a range bound environment. On a macro scale, price can come to the mid-range, which is approximately, I think it's about here. Approximately here. That's the mid-range. You can see it. Makes sense. Deviation, support, resistance, deviation, and then sell off. Okay, so price could literally just come over here, do this, come there for a massive pull, and it could be a really sharp pullback. We can't say we're bullish until we take out this high. Because why I'm saying that? That's the high, right? This is the high. That's the lower low, lower high, lower low. So if we take out this lower high, right, then it becomes, that's the high now. That's now becomes a higher high, and then whatever the pullback is, the higher low going back into this area here. We don't fucking know. But what I'm saying is if price can come up to here, for example, breaks down, I'm still ready to short this back down to 25, well, to here, and then come back down to here. Lose this area here, massive swing trade, huge stop loss there. I mean, that's a massive wide stop loss, but we'll play it tight to tight when the time comes, and then play it back down. All right, if it comes back down, if it holds support, we don't know. We just don't know. But I'm just saying this reason why is that you guys are much more prepared for when the time comes, because it's very easy. And I think what the problem is with a lot of us, right, is that we are so confined to the 15-minute chart, the 1-hour chart. We don't go back to the daily and the weekly and the monthly. We don't do that. And if you don't do that, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're missing out all the big moves. And that's what it is. Because look, you can see this, right? The moment, right? Let me just delete all this shit. Look here, right? Look at this, right? There we go. So let me just draw that bottom line right there, okay? The moment we lost this area here, right? The moment we lost this low there, where's the next level of target? Well, the next level of target was from this high here. You see what happens? So if you're not zooming out, that's an example. If you're not zooming out, you're missing out all this move here. You're thinking, oh, we're going to climb up because we're always going to be bullish. It's always up only. I don't know who invented this up only bullshit. They need to get shot in the face a little bit as well. Maybe, no, not kill them, but just through the cheek. Like, just over here. Like, goes in one bullet in there, come out the other side. Because you fucked a bunch of people here by speaking shit, really, right? But look out, zoom out, and you can see that we were targeting this area. And all we've done, we've held support. We held support here. And what's key about this is the previous all-time high as well. Do you remember? 20k was the all-time high. Depending on what chart, just because I'm like, because the manager Huobi is here, I'm just going to type in BTC USDT. And I'm going to go on the Huobi chart. Let's have a look. Do they have a chart? They should have. Where is it? Let me delete this. This is pissing me off. John Sai, I'm sure you got a Huobi chart here. Ah, there it is. There we go. There we go. We're going to do it on Huobi today because we're going to show love to them today. So look here, previous all-time high was literally right here. That's the high, resistance, come back up, full retest, support. So you can still say on a macro scale, we're still bullish. We can still bullish. Lose this level here. Fucking let's go back down lower. Low down to where? Well, I'll say the first target will be here. Oops, right here, which is about 12k. Which I was saying 12k before 26k. So I don't know. Like I'm just saying, if we lose this level, this to me is more probable to go to 12k. But what the key point is, we can still play the short market. This is if it's a bear market and it goes on forever for like the next 2 years. We'll just play the game. We'll fucking kill it. It doesn't really matter. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? So that's the market there, in terms of a bullish macro scale, right? That's what I'm talking about. Now we're going to talk about more of a technical point of view, just diving into this little nitty gritty stuff. So what's everyone saying? So Joe said, could you just go over the last candle that sends the market higher? Do you use this in the 1 hour minute? Okay, so Joe asked a good question. He wants to know about the last candle, right? So literally here, okay? So doesn't work all the time. I mean, it does work a lot of the time, but literally on the daily, what I've done is, right, so you see this is the range band environment, right? This is the weekly range high, range low. Makes sense. If you look here, right, this candle here, right, was the last low candle, right, the last down candle that sent the market up. So you send it the opposite way, which means that if we come up, right, most probable if we come for a retest, the most probable way is to retest this area, this region here at the very minimum, and we work our way back down to this area, taking out liquidity. Okay, that's all it is. And if it was to be bullish, right, this to me is a bullish order block, right? If it was to be bullish, it'll be break up, hold above it, and then off we go. And then that'll be a confirmation. This move here, right? This confirmation here is confirmation that this block was key for bullish momentum, right? That's one block there. Another block here that you can have is right. Well, you can. I could say this. You could say that this was the last low that sent the market higher. So if we lose this area here, we can play back to this area here, bounce up. I mean, you could come into this area, range bound, reclaim this block, and off we go. We could do that, or we could just come back down and retest that. It's just a block. It's just a block for me that I'm using as a range band environment, not range band environment, more of a how do you say this, for short process, right? For shorting, because like look, I was shorting it right from around, I think I didn't short it there. I think I shorted around here itself, working on my way down. I had a stop run over here, and then I worked it back down all the way down to this area. I had target 1 there, target 2, well, target 1, target 2, target 3, right? And that's the mid range of this weekly block itself, of this weekly range. That's what it is. Does that make a bit of sense there? So let's just say, right, if this, let's just say this was a white candle, right? For example, this is a white candle. Just ignore this, and that was the last down candle on the daily. I expect price to come all the way back down for a retest, and if it was to be bullish, hold above it, play back into the range, break out, and let's go. That's all it is. It's just simple as that, right? It's just, it gives me an idea of how to play the market on the upside and how to play the market on the downside, just to look at where my targets is, playing it level to level, right? There's so many things we do with level to level. One thing we use is ranges. One thing is we do is ranges. Another thing is consolidation. Another thing we can use like liquidity, and we can use blocks. It's just a bunch of different styles put together. So all the education content that I do for you guys, literally, there's a lot. I understand there's a lot that I do, right? There's a lot that I talk about. But if you put them together, remember, Price is telling you a story. This was what it was. Price was telling us a story. What is the story on this, right? The story was, we had a range band environment. There's some deviation. We held this low. It hasn't taken out this low. We're showing bullish market structure going on the upside. Question is, this is another deviation. Question is this a deviation or a deeper pullback? We know if it's a deeper pullback, if we come back up and reclaim this weekly range high and come back up, and that's when you know price was only telling us that was your stop loss, that this is your entry, off we go, target 1, target 2, X, Y, and Z. That's all it is. Does that make sense there? Hopefully it helps there. Back to work more. We'll catch. Yeah, take care. Have a good day on with work. Hopefully they don't break your back in it. 50 cent them. So they need the Chelsea smile. Joe Crate. Do you remember that Chelsea the thingy the happy smile, happy slap? I remember that happy slap. I never gave anyone a happy slap. I thought that was evil. I never liked that shit. That was just fucked up. But I've seen so many people get happy slapped at school. So Pirate said the last dip is around 14k, assuming shady people don't sell. I think 12k in my opinion. In my opinion, I think it's 12k. 10k. Piotr from Rotherham. How's it going, Piotr? Good to have you here. I love saying his name, Piotr. Piotr is such a cool name. See, Fleety saying all the blocks are supply zones that signal a previous change of momentum. 100%. That's true. Cash is from Singapore. How's it going? Denk on Fire by Vimarsh. Make perfect sense. Is that on every time frame? Yeah, dude. Literally, when I show something, right? Look, the key is this, right? There's 72 people here, right? Smash up the likes, right? We're gonna get cracking onto the freaking on the market analysis, looking for longs and shorts, and we gotta do alts. We gotta get some alts in. I have to get some alts. I can't go on the stream and chat so much and not do alts, but because you guys ask so much questions, I take my time to respond to as many people as possible. I have promised AAVE, so I am gonna do AAVE. What have you missed? You missed quite a bit, to be honest, Cash. But I'm gonna have to carry on. Hyper slap was rude. Yeah, big time. Oh yeah, sorry. Mine is spinning out of fucking control here. I'm just like focusing on too many things. So yeah. So when I show, so Joe Crate, listen to this now. When I show an alpha, right, and I'm telling you an educational content, don't worry about the time frame. Just worry about the content. Worry about the content. Trying to understand what I'm trying to do. Trying to understand what I'm trying to show. Trying to understand how you can implement this, right? And the same thing can be implemented in any motherfucking time frame. I'm telling you, trust me. I talked about ranges. I said ranges, you can actually find a range on the 5 minutes, the 1 minute, the 15 minutes, the hourly, the quarterly. And I've showed you ranges on a minute. I've showed you ranges on the 15 seconds as well. If you guys remember when I was scalping on the 15 seconds, I showed you a range. Yesterday I did a scalp on the 1 minute. I showed you a range. It's all ranges. And I'm showing you a range on the daily right now, on the weekly. Showed you ranges on the quarterly, right? So that range concept, that whole concept, it's literally a copy and paste for anything. So when I show you blocks, copy and paste for everything. SR, copy and paste everything. It's literally like, look, yesterday I was doing a trade. Let me just fucking chat to you guys quickly. Getting off topic a little bit. Man, 42 minutes in. I really wanted to speed this up, but seems like I'm here for a little bit. So never mind. I hope you guys are okay. It is a freaking Wednesday. Be safe, everybody. So I was saying, yeah. What was I talking about? Ranges. I lost the fucking plot here a little bit. I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, yo, I need a fucking trim. My hairline's fucking up over here, innit? And my beard as well needs to be cleaned up. Fucking yeah, I gotta sort that after. Ranges, copy and paste. I was talking about. So yeah, it's all a copy and paste. You've just gotta understand what I'm trying to say. Now, like when you trade, right, you always have to remember price is telling you a story. It's always a story, right? You just got to understand it. Take a moment to understand. Now, for those who are new to trading, stick around. 100% stick around. I'm going to teach you a lot of shit. They're all free at the moment. I mean, they're all free. And the thing is, you've just got to take, like, maybe my style might not be good for you. Some people might love my style. Some people might not like my style, right? For example, if you look at different traders, I'll give you an example. If you look at trader SC, shout out to SC. He loves his deviations. He loves deviations. You know, that's what he's known for now at the moment, deviation. He has a style on SRs. He has ranges as well, but he loves his SRs and he loves his deviation. But he's a phenomenal trader all around. I've not seen someone so well-rounded as him. Look at someone like TradeXO. He's a macro trader. Swing trades. He loves his swing trades. You can clearly see it. He's very happy to take to go heavy on a swing trade, but at the same time sit back and relax and let it do its thing, right, on the daily, and he doesn't have to rush. Look at myself, right? I'm decent, well round. I don't know. I'll let you guys tell me if I'm good well round, but I'm decent. I think I'm decent enough. But I'm really good at scalping, right? Like I can understand scalping. You've seen me doing like yesterday. Yeah, that was it. I was going to talk about ranges. I was doing a scalp on the 1 minute. I dropped down to the 30 seconds to look at what I had a range on the 1 minute, and I dropped it down, look at a scalp on the 30 seconds, looking for SRs, looking for momentum, what's supposed to hold and what's supposed to break and what's supposed to play around. I was looking at all this shit. So everything that I do, right, it comes together as one. So if you guys actually stick around and put the effort into it, trust me, it's the effort. I can't trade for you. I can teach you. I can show you the plans, but you've got to follow it too. You know what I'm saying? If you don't follow it, it's going to be hard. And now is the time in the bear market. I urge every single one of you. There's like how many people here? Let me have a look. 1 second, guys. Yeah, there's 76 people here. I urge every one of you guys to stick around in the bear market. To learn how to trade. This is the time to trade, because trust me, when the bull market comes, your psychological aspect is changed and you're thinking bull, 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 and you're up only. When the price reverses, you've got bent so badly, there's blood leaking down your leg. I'll tell you a story about the blood as well. I save it for fucking all-time high about when I worked in A&E. About blood. Remind me, if you guys jump on all-time high on Saturday, I'll talk about a story about regarding about my first ever shift in A&E. Fucked up, but I have got loads of stories about that kind of stuff. But anyway, but if you learn now, in 2024 to 2025, right, during the when we get a bull market, you're so much prepared to understand, because you focus so much in the bear market. You know what you're looking for. Bear market, the bullish is opposite, right? And when we have a breakdown from a bull side, you know you're ready to cut the trade. So you're looking at BTC dominance, you're looking at ETH BTC, you're looking at the total 2, you're looking at total 1, you're looking at dollar index, you're looking at ES, the S&P, you're looking at all these things together, and you yourself can do it. Of course, I'm going to be here to actually help you, guide you through the whole thing, tell you what I'm looking at, tell you what I'm seeing, and what my outlook on everything. Of course, I'm going to do that. That's never going to change. But you yourself can actually help yourself change your life for a better future. Does that make sense? So what's going on there? So love the daily dose of Dank. Appreciate that, Gash. Range is life. Appreciate all the time, Dank. You appreciate. No, thank you so much, Joe. Pirate saying, yeah, I made back in the money while you were scalping. Sick. Your hair is okay. Nah, it's a bit fucked. You were talking about PA is fractal and does not depend on time frame. Yeah, thank you so much. Finn was trying to remind me. Dank, you short on BNB? No, not yet. I am going to talk about BNB. That's another thing. I'm going to wait. Like I said, I'm being a bit more patient with FOMC. So Rahul said I recovered all my crypto spot losses by scalping. So congratulations, Rahul. You know what? When people tell me stuff like that, that makes me really happy to hear. You approached 0 loss since 12 days. Fucking out, Vimash. 0 losses since the last 12 days. You fucking bad man. Lone Wolf, anyone who can make a living from trading is good. True. What's it? Rafa saying, Aki, what's with the 1 centimeter of hair that are not spiked? Short your barber. Which bit? What are you talking about? The 1 centimeter that's not spiked. You mean talking about this bit here? That's my fucking hairline, fam. This hairline's growing in it. I gotta say though, alhamdulillah, 30 years old. I still got good hair, good set of hair, man. For 30, I've seen many 30 years old, like even in their 20s, losing hair, man. Fucking hell. And when I see that, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to hit to that kind of stage in it. But it is what it is. Right then. Sebastian saying everyone hit is now bearish. That means right decision is now bullish. Yeah, momentum, contrarian. So Sebastian's talking about something interesting about contrarian. What does contrarian mean? It's the contrary of what people are saying. So when everyone is bullish, you're bearish. When everyone's bearish, you're bullish. But again, price action is the key. All right, so we got to see what happens. Harsh is saying, hey Dank, would love to listen how you start your journey in trading. Dude, I can go on. I'll probably do that Saturday. Saturday, I'll talk about it again. I didn't know you were 30. I woke my... Bro, I'm 30, man. I turned 30 in November. I'm an old motherfucker right here, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get cracking. We need to do this BTC shit, man. Let's look at CT for sentiment and the contrary opinion. Yeah, 100%. I believe SE was bullish as well. He was looking for like that's to pull back and then come back down X, Y, and Z. But I don't know. I didn't really follow him. I haven't really looked at his charts at all in the last couple of days. But let's just pull out this, right? If we were going to be bullish, right? Let's make plans, because we've done the BTC view. Let's make plans, right? For me to be bullish, right? Look at this, right? So obviously you can see that this is the high. That was the weekly range high, right? You can see that we step back into the range, right? You can see That's resistance, come back up, hold it support, and we're back into the range. At the same time, right, we know the market structure is going up on the macro scale, right? On the higher time frame, macro is going up. Sorry, market structure is going up. On the lower time frame, on the 1 hour, you can clearly see that if you look here, right? Let me delete this. If you look here, the macro, right? Sorry, the lower time frame market structure is very different to what the macro is showing. It's showing a high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Is this going to be the lower high to go back down? We don't know. We don't know. So already on that lower time frame, it's showing bearishness, right? What we can do, right, is this, right? Let's just, so now we know we've taken out last week's low, right? You can clearly see last week's low was here. This was Monday's low, so it is last week's low. You can clearly see we've taken it out. We closed within the range. This is a range bound environment on a lower time frame. That's the high and that's the low. Market was capped within this. You can see if I were to delete all that for a second, you can literally see, let me just zoom into this actually. Delete everything else. Zoom into this. This is where everything comes together, right? Because it's a very tricky moment. I need you guys to pay attention for a moment, okay? So this candle, right, to me, was what's capping the whole market. Why? Look, resistance. Coming back down, support, deviation. So many support. We've got all supports over here. Come back as a deviation. We go back up. We're taking out these highs. So on the lower time frame, below the 1 hour, it's a bullish market structure, right? So we've broken out this range. Now the question is, do we come back into this range? So I'm looking for a potential move here, a potential move into this. The question is, do we hold above it, take out this high and play up higher? We don't know. We'll find out. Or do we come back into this area and play it back down? We don't know. And if we play it back down, we play it back down. Okay, that's what it is. So at the moment, for the last day and a half, market has really capped into this area here. Nothing much to say apart from deviations and some deviations of support and resistance. And this could be a deviation. We just don't know. We just don't know. Yes, many people would like to see, price to come into this area and potentially come back into this consolidation over here. Let me show you over here. So, well, really to come into this consolidation over here, we'd like to see, yeah, that's another range. We'd like to see this come into there and reclaim and go up higher. We don't fucking know. But yes, there's a lot of things that we'd like to see. But FOMCs today, you want to be very careful. Freaking naked HDXYZ. Piss off, man. You're pissing me off, you motherfucker. Fucking hell. You look 23. Shit, dude. Thank you for that. Fabian, what's your Twitter? Let me follow your ass, man. That's fucking sick. You take so Pirates leaving. Take care. Hope you have a good day. So now we're looking at this now. Okay. So market structure is it's a bit thingy. Now, how do we get confirmation, right? What is a further confirmation for us to be like, all right, then we're gonna be bullish, right? You see this, right? It's a trend line. Price is literally capped on this. You can see it right here. I'd say that. That's where price is capped out. This high, this high here, cause a deviation, cause resistance. And the question is, do we come back up for a deeper pullback coming into this area? Remember, I showed you just this just now. So you see this low here, come into here. It's a range bound environment. Let me just draw it into a rectangle. Come into here and literally finds resistance and breaks down, or do we come up, break above it, hold it, and go a lot more higher? This will be my confirmations for longs. Until then, risky to play any longs. We can play short-term plays or to fill out these little inefficiencies and whatnot, not a problem. But this line here, right? Let me just delete all this. This line here is key. Plus this consolidation here. If you look here, yeah, this consolidation here is key. That to me, I'd say up to here. Yeah, let's just highlight all this. This is key. That's very key because we know the market structure is going down, right? We know it's going down. Do we take out this high over here and break it down? And that's the breaking market structure. And then we can start playing up on the upside. So we don't know. But in the meantime, let's draw out a fucking range. I talked about like we taking out last week's high. Let's see what's going on here. So if I were to do a range bound environment from this high to this, and I'm just going to make this nice and neat here. So let me draw this out. So we got a high over here. So that's the high, that's the mid range, right? that's the range low right here. That's 25% of the range right there, and that's the 75% of the range. Okay, we're just gonna focus on that. And on top of that, we got Monday's range. Where is Monday's range? Monday's range was here, I believe. Once again, I'm gonna add in Monday's range, overlapping two ranges together. So give me a second. So the Monday was at 26, wasn't it? Was it 26? Let me have a look. No, it was the 25th. My bad. 25th. Let me go on the daily, and I'm gonna draw that in. The daily shows me that the Monday's range was. I already highlighted in blue. What the fuck am I doing? It's on the 1 hour. Right? It's the one in blue here. I'm gonna highlight this in blue, right? And then we're gonna use this to overlap one another, and that's how we're gonna have our ranges to play. Okay? So just hanging in there. I'm gonna talk about everything together, and it's all gonna make sense. Cool. So now we've done that. We highlight, get rid of all this shit. Now we have our ranges. Can you see this now? We got last week's high here, and we've got last week's low there, right? Low over here, right? That's where the last week's range is. I'm gonna now put this in black so we don't confuse the colors together. So high, mid, low. Simple as that. Nothing too crazy. Monday's high, mid, low. Simple as that. Does everyone understand that? Everyone follow me? What time is is FOMC? Yeah, 7 p.m. Just like Dan said, 7 p.m. in the UK time. I'd wait and 2 hours or so, let the market settle. Asia will actually dictate what's going to happen. Everyone's first cycle is a learning cycle. The amount of mistakes I made, firming into coins, panicking and selling for a loss, etc. Mistakes I've now learned from. Good. With thanks to Total Ridge, I feel confident going forward. Appreciate the love having a lone wolf. I'm glad that I'm actually making a difference to to all you guys there one by one. That's the bullish plan. What about if we go to 100 BPS hike? What's the plan for the downside? Yep, Rafe, we're gonna cover everything up. Don't worry about that. So it looks like the channel going down. Yeah, the channel's going down, like I was saying. Yeah. So now we got these ranges. Now we can play the game. Okay. So we know this is Monday's high, Monday's low, and Monday's thingy, Monday's mid and low. What's happened? This to me looks like a deviation of Monday's range. So you can see it's capped by resistance, a bit of a deviation. We step back in, take out these highs over there, and now as long for bullish plan, as long as it holds here, cool. Let it take out this high, and we can play it to the next set of targets. Target 1, target 2, and X, Y, and Z. Okay, but we're gonna play this level to level. So focusing on Monday's range, all we're gonna do now is gonna make sure we hold this area here. So I mean, I could actually highlight this just for the sake of doing it, right? So you see this block here? Why is it a circle? No one likes circles. We like freaking blocks. So you see this area here? This is the last low, right? And send the market back up above the Monday's high, right? So Monday's low. So price can come back down as long as it holds it. That to me, I can enter a trade from the range low. Can everyone see that? I know it's a bit small. Sorry about that. The reason why I want to encompass everything all in one go. That's what I'm saying. So let price do its thing, right? If price wants to come back in, let it range bound. As long as it holds Monday's low, to me, that's an entry right there. With a stop loss, you can put a stop loss there, or you can have a hard stop over here, right? Because of the weekly low. We'll talk about that in just a second. But the moment we break above this, it's bullish market structure. Because what it is, this is the low, this is the low, that's the lower high, because we're taking out the highs over here. Sorry, that's the higher high, that's the higher low, and that's the higher high. Market structure come back down, come back. As long as you don't lose this area here, it's still bullish market structure. Target 1 will be over here, 21.6k. Same time, we're going to find some sort of resistance of the macro, well, not macro, last week's 25% of the range. We've got this level here to focus on. Remember, this is the range band environment. Then, once we step into this, right, we have to play it over here. That'll be the next set of targets. So target 1 will be the 25% of the range, of Monday's range. The target 2 will be approximately 21.7k. Call it 21.7k. We step into it and hold above it. Then I say mid-range. Mid-range of Monday's range comes in around let's call it 21.95k. That's where it is. That's playing it within from the low to mid. Now if we step up, right? If we step up and break up and hold above it, that'll be the next set of targets at 75% of the range. And I'll say that's the next set of targets. Then the mid-range of the macro range. Remember, I have to encompass all the range together because we are still playing within this range. We haven't taken out liquidity over here. We've just taken out liquidity at the bottom. We've taken out liquidity last week's Monday. So we can still play back to mid-range and potentially go back up all the way up there. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Then we've got mid-range and see if we can squeeze up into the Monday's high. Coming back into this block, this area of consolidation, and we'll see if we break down and hold below it. That's one way. The moment, right? So you see this is the last high over here, right? Let me just highlight this. Actually, just fucking do this. See this high over here? Where's it? Actually, I think it's this low. This is an SR, right? I'm going to delete this just for a moment there. Right? Just to keep it nice and simple so there's not too many shit going on, right? The moment, right, if we step up, and that, oh yeah, by the way, let's do this. We know we got this range over here, this range bound environment there, right? So we know we got this coming up. Can you see, once we come back up, once we come back up to the mid-range, and if we do a retest and hold above it, we've now breaking market structure. Because we're taking out these, let's say we do something like this. We come up, do this, break down, whatever he wants to do. If he holds above it, right? Well, holds above the mid-range, that's your trade to play it back up and go up there. Same time, we're breaking out to this market structure, this downside market structure. Once we reclaim here the mid-range, now we're going to start looking for bullish. This SR will be confirmation to play to the next set of targets here. Target 1 at 23.4k. Hold above it. Let's go and take out last week's high. So last week's high is at 24k. 24 point, let's have a look. 24.2k. That's why we're looking to take out liquidity. Once we've done that, we'll see what happens and break above it and hold above it, blah, blah. We see what it is. Because this FOMC, I want to be a bit more. This plan, if it's going to be bullish, can happen tomorrow. It could happen today after FOMC. We don't fucking know. But what I want to see is just literally see how we play Monday's range. We're going to focus on Monday's range, right? That's the bullish play, right? Does that make sense? That's the bullish plan. Playing Monday's range and playing the last week's low. Everyone gets that? Makes sense, Nick. Even on a chaotic day, days like this is therapy. Appreciate that, Rafi. You know what it is? Like, you've just got to know that no matter what the bullshit is coming on the market, if you step out and take a moment to relax and just read the market, it makes a lot of sense. That's it. Like, my job here, really, to you guys, is literally breaking it down, making it more understanding, so you guys can actually follow what's going on, because it's so freaking messy. There's a lot people talking about FOMC, people talking about this and that. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Slow your fucking horses and tell me what is happening, right? And that's what it is. So when you break it down, I'm literally just focusing on this last week's range, playing with Monday's range, overlapping the two together, keeping an eye on this level here and this level here, and see how we do over here. Right, that's all I'm doing. Nothing else. I'm not doing anything more complicated than that. It's as simple as that. Does that make sense, everyone? Can we discuss BNB? Yeah, we'll do so. Neone, just to give me a moment. I need to do BTC and Ethereum first. The king. You got to talk about the king imprints. Without that, it doesn't make any sense. What's going on? First down, then up. Could be. I'm glad that you found. Like, I found you, Rafe. You know that you. To be honest, shout out to all you guys, man. The fact that you guys are actually on the show and watching me as well. I mean, I got fucking... How many people have I got on this show right now? I mean, I've done all the fucking plans. I've got 87 people here, man. Fucking hell. Smash the likes, everybody, man. Show me some love as well. And, yeah. So it's all coming together. What's up, Jay? How's it going, brother? Good to have you here. So that's the bearish move, right? Sorry, the bullish move. Let's talk about the bearish one, okay? Let me delete all this. Alright, so... Remember this block. I'm going to keep this block here. Actually, no, not necessarily. Yeah, I'm going to keep this block here. All right, just to break it down. Now, bearish-wise, right, if we come back down and find resistance, and we take out this low over here, the market structure is now shifted. Remember I said to you, market structure on the lower time frame is low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Taking out this low, market structure is shifted. We're going on the downside, which means if we find resistance, especially if we find resistance off the Monday's low, that's your opportunity for a trade from here, playing it back down to this area here as target 1, and that'll be target 2, playing it back into last week's low. That's what we're doing. Simple as that, nothing too crazy. If we hold above it, we can play it back up. All right. The moment we lose this area here and break down, that's your confirmation for more of downside movement. All right, does that make sense? We need to lose this this last week's low. That is your key. Now I'm gonna bring in last week's range. First, we're talking about bullish play, which we were overlapping two ranges together, Monday's range and last week's range. Now I'm gonna overlap another fucking range here. So I'm gonna delete everything off there, and I'm just gonna bring in all the ranges here. And now we can just zoom into all this shit here, all this fucking craziness that we're facing. So now we got this, right? And guess what as well? Last week's high. So the weekly range. I'm gonna make this as an orange color. Do I have an orange color? Yeah, I do. So this is last week's high. And remember, look at the Monday's range. You can see it right here. Monday's range is just above the thingy. The Monday's mid is just above the last week's high, because we could come back up, break down, and find resistance, and that's a deeper pullback. Actually, we'll do the deeper pullback in just a moment as well. Let me just bring this all up. I need to give me a second. Let me just work this out. I need to time it out a little bit different. I'm doing this on the 1 hour just to bring every single detail together, because then it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that will do. That will do here. Okay, so let me draw in the lines, right? So you guys can see what's going on. So that's last week's high. Sorry, range high of the weekly range. That's the mid range, and right here is the range low for the weekly range, because we're consolidating in that area at the moment as well. So we got to talk about that. That's 75% of the range, and that's where we are at. We are finding resistance approximately, and that's the 25% of the range. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually bring in Monday's low, which is here, and I'm also going to bring in, let's bring in Monday's 25% of the range and mid range, right? Just focusing on this, nothing else. Now we've got something. Now we've got a bit of more of a storyline, and let's just see how this looks like over here. Bang. Okay, really simple. So right here, that's Monday's low. That's Monday's 25%. That's Monday's mid range. That's it. And up right here, this orange line here is literally. Sorry about that. I got a fucking something going on in the back in the god. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's going on. One second, guys. Shit, I thought that was for me. But it's not. It's one of the neighbors down there. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm saying that's Monday's low, Monday's 25, Monday's mid. This here is the weekly range, right? We've been stuck in this for the last 5 weeks, really. Because as you can see here, clearly, literally, this is what's happened. This looks like a deviation of the range because we step back into it. So if we have a deeper pullback, and then we can play it back down to the range low. So we're literally going to focus on this level. So now, again, we're overlapping two ranges, but we're going to look for confirmation how to play this game, right? So I'll show you the bullish play, which we can play all the way to mid-range, break above the mid-range and hold. You know, market structure has broken because we've done something like this. But the bearish play is the opposite. We're playing on the downside, and we've got these levels. We're playing level to level. Fucking this love chat, man. I don't know what it is, man. I think it's like they're seeing some sexy people here, right? They're like they see Nick, Hunter, Rafe. We've got freaking Lone Wolf, and they're like, yo, you know what? I'm trying to get them on some adult dating sites. I think it's you guys that's brought them here. Before I didn't have that before. Thanks, search history's going long. It looks like it's just getting tagged Monday's low and bounce. Good early sign. It's an it looks like it's bouncing. I can agree with that, right? Take out this high here, and then we can play it level to level. Target 1, target 2, stop loss above here. We can have a hard stop here because we're on the mid range. We are gonna find a reaction off the mid range. Remember when I say to you, when we play a range bound environment, once we step in, like from range high, we're looking at all the extended targets will go to mid range. We're always looking for that. Look here. Once we got into it, break down and off to mid range. Lose this level here. From mid range, we're looking to range low. Simple as that. What time is FOMC? It's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. UK time. So yeah. So that's the literally the keys as well. So now, right, if it's holding a support, right, let's look at a deeper pullback. The deeper pullback price can come up all the way up to here. Back into this. Remember I said to you this is a range bound environment right here. This is literally a range bound environment. You can come back into there, find resistance. Once it breaks down, that's your opportunity to short, right, with a stop loss, a hard stop over here, providing it doesn't take out this high there, wherever the high is as well. For example, I'd say keep a hard stop there because that's the range band environment. And once we break down, because if we step back into the range and we broke below it, then I say target 1 is over here, target 2 will be this here, squeezing out over here. Now that's the deeper pullback. The breakout play, right? I mean, like, then if we lose this area here, then we can start playing back into this area here, back into the range low. I say take your next set of targets there. That'd be target 1, target 2. I'm keeping very short targets. I'm not looking for extended targets. Remember, it's FOMC, very, very short-term targets. That's what we're looking for. Now, confirmation for major shorts, right, is literally this. The moment we lose this mid-range, right, because this is holding, right, this is holding, right, this is a deviation. The moment we lose this range low, taking out these lows over here, we start breaking down. Because remember, if this is a higher high, higher low, and we're doing this, we could do this and then this. It's still a higher, I think a higher low. We could still do that. Doesn't really matter. We can play it on the upside to mid-range, then play it back down to range low, to mid-range, to the mid-range of the macro. So the moment it loses this low over here, happy days. So like something like this. Let me just draw this properly. Fucking camera. 1 second, guys. I know my camera went down. I heard it. I'll answer you, Michael. Just give me a second there. USB streaming. I don't get it. It's plugged to the USB, and it should charge though, isn't it? But fucking Sony. You buy an expensive camera, and you think it's fucking sick. It is really good quality, don't get me wrong. I've taken some beautiful pictures on this. But for streaming, it's a pain in the fucking ass a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me just bring this back up. ZV1. There we go. Cool. So yeah. So your hard stop is there. And then what we're looking for, if we're looking for bearishness, right? Your confirmation is this. Breakdown. Lose this low here. Then I say target 1. Target 2. There is a monthly open somewhere around here. There is a monthly open there. I'd say my monthly open would be here, targets, and then back to target there. And all we're doing, we're playing back into this range band environment. That's all we're doing, nothing else. Then we know that's a deviation, and we're playing back in the range band environment. Now, if we start losing this low here, and you see, there's a you can't see it because my face is in the way. Let me just move my face. So I'm gonna bring myself right in this freaking corner. You see that low over there? Let me rub this out. So, see this low here? The moment we lose this low, market structure on the upside is finished now. Remember we were talking about the daily market structure? Lose this low here. We shouldn't be losing this low. Break down. Off we go. Fucking short this off. Let's go back down to 16k, 14k, 12k, 10k, whatever the number is. We're going to play and swing the shit out of this as a motherfucker. And I'm telling you, we're going to compound on the shit. We're looking for 20 Rs minimum. That's the type of trade I like. That's a really quick way to grow an account from, like, I don't know, if you have $1,000 account, we can blow this up as well. But we'll see how that goes. But that's where we're looking for. Remember, FOMC is key. We might have really shitty ass trades. What do you call it? Come on, Billy. Bad PA. We might have really low PA, no volume, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're now aware of what's going to happen. Okay, so that's BTC. Let's talk about Ethereum. What's going on? Monthly open is around 1999. 19919. Okay, cool. That's the monthly open. Thanks for Rafe. Appreciate that. Stop loss for bullish. Oh yeah, someone asked me a question. Michael asked me a difference. What's the difference between a stop loss and a hard stop? Okay, so like when I say stop loss, right? Let's just say price is, we got. Let me draw this out. Let's say we got this high here, right? Right, we got this high here. We can say that's an SR. Let me just make it a bit more neater. So this high here is an SR, right? So you can see clearly here, deviation, smash above it, come back down, support. This should have held, right? The question is this what SC is famously known? Is this a deviation? If we hold above it, it's all good to go. But I would say, let's say a bullish play is, right, if we were to hold above it, right, and then we're going to go take out all these liquidity here, so happy days. Like for me, I say my stop loss is here, a hard stop is here. What is hard stop means? I interject the two words together, right? So like Hard stop is where is my invalidation level, which means that I'm wrong here. If we take this low out here, that means we're gonna go back down. I know I got a swip bias, right? And that's when I swip bias quickly. I don't fuck about. I don't look for the same. I don't look for bulls. If I'm looking for a long like this, and we do something like that, and we come back down, and we take out this low. For me, I'm like, ooh, okay. Let's see how this level reacts. Let's see how Monday's low reacts. Reclaim Monday's low. That I can still play the game, right? Let me just make this a bit neater. It's fucking too messy there. So like, yeah, if we come back down, right, and we take out this low of this stop loss over here, come back down, I will still look at how Monday's low is reacting. Let me bring this over here, and then I'll say, okay, if Monday's low is reclaimed, that's now my stop loss there. But my hard stop was here. This is where my invalidation was, which means that I was wrong completely here. So at a stop loss, I can still look for the same direction. If I'm looking for bulls, right, for a bullish momentum, I'm like, when I'm stopped out and I know this is like, it's a tight stop, and I, you know, been stopped out. Like remember yesterday, like remember last week, I had a short on Ethereum, right? I said my stop loss was here. My hard stop was over here, which is invalidation is here. Because if we come out and take out this high here, remember this is lower low, lower high. That's where I was looking for. And the moment I got stopped out, it came out as a stop run. I know I was wrong over here. We closed back below this SR, well, this line over here. And now I know, okay, I can still be short and still short it back down, and which I did, right? So that's how I interject the two. Invalidation, stop run, hard stop, pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing really. My invalidation is here. If we take out this low, I can still look for, and then we reclaim Monday's low, I can still look for bullish momentum. But if we take out this low here, my invalidation for a long scenario, for example, is, let me just do all this shit. What the fuck's going on? Taking too long. Stop loss over here. That's my hard stop. If we come out here, I'm looking for bearishness, which we overlapped on the couple of minutes ago. Does that make sense? Cool. Psycho Trader, hi, good to have you here. Really appreciate you actually. I think you're new. Like I've never seen you actually chat here before, so this is, you know, really appreciate that. So he goes, hey Dank, just want to help with your camera. If you charge it via USB directly, it won't work. Look for the dummy battery with power adapter for your camera now. Psycho is a fucking legend. I'm gonna screenshot this. Look for a dummy battery with power adapter for your camera on Amazon. But the thing is, Psycho, this camera itself is plugged to the USB, which I can do USB streaming. How would I do that? How would I run that? I have to Google it. But really appreciate that, man. Thank you, Psycho. I don't care what anyone says. You're not Psycho, bro. You're a good lad. So we've done Bitcoin, right? Any questions before I move on quickly? Actually. Oh man, yesterday I was cutting freaking steel yesterday, right? I had literally cut the skin off, right? I could see my bone hanging. My brother was with me, and he's like, he came down last night. And he's like, bro, you need to go see a doctor, man. You go to hospital. I'm like, bro, hospitals for bitches. I ain't doing that. I'm good in it. I was like, I can move it a little bit. I was moving like this. He's like, yeah, but can you move this? I'm like, I can't move it very well. It really, really hurts in it. So he's like, dude, you're fucking mental. And I'm like, fuck that shit, man. I got a different kind of weird mentality. I just don't give a shit. Like, if I'm dead, I'm dead, right? But if I'm alive, I can breathe, I can move. Fucking, let's carry on. Ain't gonna stop me from shit. So, alright then. So, no questions. Let's move to Ethereum. Let's move on to the next one. So, Ethereum. Let's have a look what's going on. Let's bring in some levels, see what we're looking at. So, we got Monday's range, right? Let's have a look on the hourly. Let's do a quick view of Ethereum. Okay. The view is, right, it's quite simple. Market structure was capped over here for 4 weeks. No, we did, right? We smashed above it, and we come to find some resistance from some sort of area around here. Especially this block here was resistance. We couldn't close above it, as you can see. What is that block? Let me zoom back and I'll show you. And I think that was help. I think it was Joe who actually asked me that question. He's gonna like this. This was the last low that's in the market back up. So you know, like for me, it was like this, right? The price came down, come back up. We did the freaking, that's Q2 2021's range low, and this was the only deviation of that range low when the second quarter happened, and we held above it. So I had this block highlighted, and this was the low that sent the market to an all-time high, right? An all-time high to where? Freaking the first all-time high, which was about $43K, $4,300. So I've highlighted that, and you can clearly see right now. price on that block just can't close above it. And the fact that it can't close above it is bearish, right? If we were to have a body candle over here, then I'm like, all right, cool. Let's fucking look for longs, reclaim this. Confirmation is if we hold this and let's go up higher, right? So the fact that we come into this and we're still playing in Monday's range, it's been over a week now and we're still playing in Monday's range. We've come back down to this area here, we've held it. To me, target as a minimum is a mid range. What happens in the mid range? Do we break below it or do we break above it? We don't know. We find out what's going on. But at the same time, talking about this, right? This weekly range here, can you see this, right? I always say this over and over again. I'm going to say this one more time. Right? I'm going to say this again tomorrow. Knowing me, I'm always going to say this tomorrow. Price works ranges, right? There's full parts of the ranges. You got consolidation, your breakout, retest, and expansion. It should be on your left butt cheek tattoo, right? Was it the right? One of the butt cheeks. I think it's right butt cheeks, right? It should be there. So price is like in a range band always happens like that. We have a consolidation. Oops, sorry about that. We have a consolidation, right? We have a breakout, looking for a retest. Sometimes we get some fuck off. Sometimes we get a deviation. If it was a deviation, and we let's see. Let me just extend this. Oh, it's locked. That's why. If this was a deviation, right? We'll know by this. If price comes back down, close within it, and breaks down, and that was just a deviation of the range. That's a very dirty deviation, right? You have to remember this level here of 1440. What's so key? That's previous all-time high. This level here is Q2 2021's low, which is a macro range, and I'm going to show you the macro itself. Give me a second, and I'll show you what I want. So this is on the daily. You can see, and this comes back to what I was saying for BTC. All right. So I'm just going to draw these lines in. This is the Q. You can see I've highlighted 2021 Q2 range low. That's the mid range, and that's the range high. Okay, really nice and simple. I'm just going to show you this level here. This is previous all-time high back in 2018. Now, if I delete all this, nope. If I delete all this, it kind of makes sense now. Range band environment, low to high, high to mid, mid to low, mid to high. We held it. Sorry, low to mid. Once we get back above it, we knew our invalidation was here, because if we lose this level here, we're going back down, back to high. Did a deviation of the range from high. You know, you can see grinding, finding resistance on this high, on the Q2 2021's high. Back to mid, held it there, come back down, finding resistance, had a deviation, stop run there. I mean, did a stop run there. To be honest, stop run there. Did a deviation of this SR, come back down. Once we find resistance, then it's mid to low. And now, so which means price for the past year really was this. Let me just delete all this. I don't want to lose my lines. Price was literally range bounding off this area here. That's all it is. Now we lost this level. This is the previous all-time high. We've shunked below it. Question is this a support? Are we finding support here? If it's support, happy days. Confirmation, right? But the key is, do we retest this level here? So if we can actually retest this area here, come back into this area. Now the question is, which you need to ask ourselves, is this a deviation or a retest of the range? Really, really key, which is why I'm very, very skeptical on making a move at any moment now. Tonight is going to be a very key factor. It's a make or break. Today, it really is a make or break. If we break this if it's a break, it's going to go horrible. If it's a make, it's going to be good. So we play anyway we want to go, so not a problem there. So once we hold above this, right? So if we were to hold above this, then I say, yep, looking for this area here, and then that's target. Well, that'll be target 1. This will be a confirmation. Target 1, looking for target 2. You can see literally here, right? We've got a trend line going out over here. Do we come back and retest this trend line? Because yearly open was about, I believe it was here. This is the yearly open there. We've never retested the yearly open. Just like with BTC we did, but we haven't. So I don't know. Do we come back here? Will we take out these highs and then hold above it? It's bullish. But market structure wise, it's telling me high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Is this a lower high for us to go back down? Or is this area here is a lower high? Because if we find resistance, right? So remember I tell you that I was saying that the key point is this area here. Because if we find resistance off here and lose this level, the 1440, Bob's your uncle, target 1, take out these liquidities over here, target 2, and let's go down to really, really low areas. I've got an area of $400, I ain't gonna lie to you, right? If we were to be bearish, right? But it's a make or break. We are really at a critical level, okay? Bear with me just a moment, guys. I just need to pop the loot. I really need to pop the loot. Let me put a text. Yeah, I'm drank too much fucking water. All right, give me a moment, guys. I will be back in just a moment, and then we'll carry on with this Ethereum one. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to talk about the religion of Islam, and today you're all going to convert to... I'm joking, I'm messing. Alright, let's do this, right? So yeah, we talked about the macro view on Ethereum. So look, I just want to catch up with what the chat is saying. So what's up, Dank? What do you think about the 200... Ferb said a good point. The 200 EMA, right? Market average, and the 50 EMA near the 22 range. That's another point that... Oh, you know what? Let me dive back into that as well. So I've got it here actually. So if I were to mute all this shit here, right, and literally just bring up this, right, on Ethereum, we finally, let me delete all this. Well, you can clearly see resistance, and we come back up and we smash above it. A retest here would be fine, not a problem. As long as we hold the 200 weekly EMA, it's good. Coming to the ETH 2.0 merge, it could be bullish as well, short term, we don't know, but we'll see how it is. But with BTC, right, I mean, like, as long as we hold this low here, right, I mean, as long on the daily, because remember, it's 200 weekly EMA, right? So you kind of, the most sensible way is look at what the weekly close is. As long as the weekly close is below, I mean, above weekly close, remember, weekly motherfucking close, it's above this line here, right? It does whatever it wants to do, happy, it's all good, we can carry on going up, it's bullish. But looking at BTC, I just want to show you on the daily, right? Actually, no, let's go on the BTC. Look at where we are. We are below the freaking 200 weekly EMA. So that's not good. Which means it's bearish. All we've done, look, resistance. What the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? On the weekly, it's not looking good. So I did a tweet the other day. I'm like, for the first time in history, BTC could actually lose the 200 weekly EMA. And if it does, it's not fucking good. Because the whole 200 weekly MA, EMA, SMA, TTT, PPP, whatever they call it, TIT and DICK, I don't know what they call it, man. But there's so many words, there's so many things that people use. But this whole concept of my cigarette all finished. I'm smoking so much, and I need to grab another box. You guys make me smoking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm joking. But the whole concept of the 200 weekly EMA, MA, and stuff like that. Yo, Naked HD XYZ, piss off, man. No one likes you. Let me block this motherfucker here. Block. Oh, fucking hell. I think there's a lot of sexy people here, and that's what's causing the problem. That's where the whole freaking people getting like it. That's why they're trying to get you on there. Ah, fuck them, fuck them. No one signed to this shit, right? Please, no one sign up to Naked HD XYZ. If you called XYZ, you are not a fucking real website. You are just a scam. Thank you, Nick. Not financial advice. So Shnazi says not financial advice, but I am definitely very short term. The Fed meeting may scare a lot of people when everyone realizes full out recession is here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can you show us what you mean by BTC losing the 200 EMA? The charts has looked. I've looked at. It seems to be already under it, but I'm still a bit confused. Okay, I'm doing that now. So the 200 weekly MA, EMA, SMA, whichever you want to use. For those who don't even know how to get on there, right? I'm going to show you right now. So on the top, like you got BTC USD, you type it in, and you got something called indicators. If you click on indicators, right? If you're just typing in moving average, right? I've already got it installed thingy as my favorites. Click on moving average, and you can literally see on the corner, right? Let me close one. Let me close this one here, right? It comes like this, right? And you're like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. What the hell is going on? So if you go onto it, go to the settings, go to time frame chart, go to weekly, 100 week length, put 200, not 9,200. I venture to say so, over 200, and that's how you get the weekly EMA. So this is so when we're looking at this now, right? You're looking at it this way. This showed me as resistance, and if it was to be, and this is bearish, I can have a stop loss over here. I'll have like your invalidation level will be here, right? Because we can still come back up, right? For short-term bearish, right? Let's say this is you can do a short-term bearish, come into this area here, which is the Q1 2021 range, come back down, and then lose this area here. But looking at this on the weekly, this is a weekly, like a swing trade. I said my invalidation is there, right? So if you were to be bearish, break down, lose this low over here, consolidation, break down, and that's it. And that's the 200 weekly EMA, and that's off the weekly. Now if I look at the daily, right, look at this. Can you see this? You see how this is? This is the 200 weekly EMA. At the very first candle, the initial drop, this held a support, choppy around it, lost the level. Come back as resistance. This is the 200 weekly EMA. One day was resistance, and then we got back above it. We held it as support, but now we're below it. Can you guys see it? We're literally below the 200 weekly EMA. This is approximately like that. And that is a deviation of the 200 weekly EMA. Does that make sense? Now, if we were to come back up and hold, happy days, let's play up back to 26 to 28. But if we were to break down, or even if we come back down and break down, let's just play the move all the way back down. Does that make sense there? Simple strategy on the 5 minutes is to play price above the 200 EMA for longs. Yeah, I agree with that. The bots know crypto traders are their target audience. Yeah, fucking, you're right, redacted. So much inefficiency in the June drop down will be filled at some point. Yeah. So Finn's are talking about inefficiency. For those who don't know what inefficiency means, so you see this massive drop here. This drop here, that's all inefficiency because price hasn't traded through it again, right? So if price were to do something like that, then the inefficiency is filled, right? This is just one massive, like two massive candles down, bang. There's no price being traded in it like this around it. So it can be filled now in the next couple of days or weeks or months. It can be filled freaking bull run. We don't know, right? So you just have to work this level to level, which we've done so in with BTC and the bullish play. Send everything to zero. Fucking hell. But yeah, so talking about so that's the 200 weekly EMA on BTC. Looking at Ethereum, we're looking quite good. I want to bring in my levels as well. So we know how we would trade the 200 weekly EMA. Come back up and hold above it. If we take out this high and we close above this high as a candle above, happy days. Let's look for a retest and then let's go up higher, level to level. This is a range bound environment, and then off we go. Okay. So I'm gonna bring in my levels. I'm gonna bring in everything else so I can see what's going on. There we go. As you can see, this is what we got here. So I talked about the macro view, right? Let's look for plays now, right? FEG, Yeah, there's an FEG there, but like I said, at the come. But we don't know. FOMC is a bit of a tricky one. I keep saying that over and over again because it's really important. Yeah, cigarettes done. Some water. Fucking mouth getting dry. Probably name. Name's asking you trading Asia tonight. Probably. Because it's after FOMC. It gives me some time and I'm going to play the market as how it is. We'll see. We'll see. So like today, I've got some painting to do in it. So I'll keep an eye on how the market is working. And then like if there's nothing to trade or like if nothing too clear, I'm happy to paint all the way to like 9 o'clock kind of thing. After 9 o'clock, 10, I'll see how the daily close coming around. And then how we're playing on Monday's range. And then I'll be looking at freaking playing Asia possibly. So we'll see. I mean, we got the whole move, right? So if you look here, right, this is Monday's range. That's Monday's range, and look at what happened on Monday's range, right? We're gonna focus on that just in a second, right? So we know we've got certain things to look at, right? Already on the Monday's range, what's happening here? We are finding resistance off the mid-range. Look, support. We come back down. Yes, we have bounced off this block here. Let me show you. Let me delete all this shit. Right, so we have found support of this area of consolidation. See this area of consolidation here? Yes, we have found support of it. So if we're finding resistance of this, to me, this is a short. I'd say I probably put a hard stop there, right? I put a stop there. Well, we can keep it over here, to be honest, as well. But really, the mid-range, let it do its thing. Whatever it wants to do, come back into this area. If it breaks down, right, this is a bearish play. If it breaks down, that's your confirmation to enter a short, targeting this area here, going back to 25% of the range, looking to get back into this block here, and possibly come out and take out these lows, and then come out and take out Monday's last week's low, and see how we react. And that's the short scenario, literally that, because it's already at resistance. Does that make sense? So if we are finding resistance, right, all we're doing is let it do its thing, whatever it wants to do. It can literally do this. So you see, we've got an SR right here, right there. That's an SR right there. Looking for a deeper pullback, and I'll show you where the confirmation play is. So deviation, support, deviation, shank down. Okay, so which basically means, right, the probability, if it reclaims the mid-range, it can actually come back into this area. So the deeper pullback, it comes into this area, breaks down. The moment it breaks down and lose the low here, for example, does something like that. That's my trigger. This is my invalidation. I mean, like, sorry, this is my stop loss. I put an invalidation over here, and then we play it back to target 1, target 2, looking to go back to target 3, and then see we can take out these lows, and then this over here. And that's all we're doing. Nothing else, right? Simple as that. But again, confirmation will have to be here. We have to lose this range low. So let's just say that's the deeper pullback, right? Now, what if we don't get a deeper pullback? What if it decides, you know what? It decides to go lower. So let it do its thing, right? Whatever it wants to do. The moment it comes back down below this level here, right? This is a previous all-time high, right? Finds bearish market structure, finds resistance. This is my confirmation, and put a stop loss there, invalidation over here, right? Again, target 1, target 2. So target 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That's all it is. If we lose this level here, find resistance, that's another set of trade you can do. It's a quick trade back into this area here, which is the previous weekly range. And all it is, that was just a deviation. Well, would it be a deviation or a retest of the range? If we start stepping back into the range low, right, and starting resistance, fucking it's bad. It's going to go back to target 1 and then potentially go to target 2. So 1280 is the key, how it reacts, then 1220, and then 1160. So that's what we're looking for in terms of short. That's a lot of shorts to go there, right? Now, in terms of bullishness, right? So that's the short plan. If I'm looking at this, right, let me have a look at this for a second, right? This is last week's high. 24th was what day was 24th? Was Sunday. So really, this is last week's high. Which, yeah, you see, yeah, here you go. All right, so you can see, remember I said to you, we can come back into this SR. Where did I show the SR? Give me a second, let me just zoom into this here so you guys can see the SR was telling you was literally this low here. Oh, this low? That's the low. Yeah, that's the low. And look here, coming back into last week's mid-range, breaks down, and then that's the shorting scenario. Okay. Now, if I was to look for a bullish play, I would have to see. You see how this low here is actually, that was approximately the mid-range in it, right? That's Monday's mid-range. If we were to reclaim this area here and hold it and reclaim last week's mid-range, that's my confirmation playing into target 1, looking for target 2, and then potentially looking for target 3 over here, taking these highs over there. That's how I'm looking for the bullish play. Let me draw that a bit more clearly. This doesn't fucking look nice. Does that make sense there, what I was trying to show you? This here, this line here is Monday's mid-range, right? And support, 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 shank down. We're finding resistance. If we were to reclaim, that'll be my area. I was like, okay, cool, we're good. Reclaim the last week's mid-range. That's your confirmation there. You know, that's your confirmation there. That's target 1. Let it do its thing, right? Target 2, 25% of the range, and then we go for target 3, taking out last week's high. What happens next? We don't fucking know. Do we reclaim 1770 and off we go, or do we actually come back to 1770 and that'll be the full retest, remember, of the macro, and break down into last week's low and we play back down? We don't know. FOMC, tricky, but that's the plan for ETH and BTC for both the bullish and the bearish play. Does that make sense? Anyone has any questions right now? Go ahead and shoot it to me. Yeah, I did a 1 minute scalp yesterday. I was looking at the 30 seconds as well to do the SRs. It's quite interesting. Guys, I didn't hold it. I would have made what, 2 hours? 2 hours would have been risking 1K and sorry, my normal is risk. Let's say my normal risk is $1,000. Half the risk of the scalp is $500. 2 hours is $1,000. So 1 hour on a normal trade would have been good. Crystal mate, good TA. Thank you, Hafala. Vivian saying yes, was part of that, and it was great. Would be nice to have more of those just trading together. 100%, 100%. I'd like to do that. I enjoyed it yesterday as well. And it's also good for you guys to actually learn a lot on how the mind frame of a scalp, because a lot of people want to scalp. I think it's one of the quickest way to make a lot of money, but you have to be really sharp. Like, look at yesterday. When you're scalping, you need to look for a reason to cut the trade, right? So yeah, so when you're scalping, you're looking for a reason to cut the trade. And at any moment, if you got to cut a trade, you got to cut a trade. Look, yesterday, I cut a trade for a very small profit. I think it was like $50 or something like that. It's like 0.1 R that I walked out of it, right? But it is what it is. I was quite happy with it. I was like, fuck it. But what happened next? It came back to an area that I was thinking, if I had more time, and like, I didn't like the idea that it was too long, right? If I had more time, I'd stay on and whatnot. And we would have made that 2 hour trade. Not a problem. But it is what it is. End of the day, you've got to just take the hit. The key really is scalping is giving yourself a reason to cut the trade. Doesn't really matter if you cut the trade early. What you don't want to do is cut the trade too late, because if it's too late, you're fucked. Because it's the 1 minute, the 5 minutes. They're so volatile, they're so quick, and you're playing short burst movements. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to scalping, practice your styles, practice your trading, practice your techniques. And then as you get confident on the 15 minutes, you build on the 5 minutes, go down to the 1 minute, and eventually you'll be trading like me on 15 seconds. I did that like last week or the week before. So Flick says, good TA, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ferb said, would you close an ETH short from 1553? Took about 75% out already. Ooh, 1553, let's see. So he took a short at 1553, which is about, let's have a look. Oh, so he took a short over here from there. So you took a short around this wick. That's actually quite, dude. I'll be taking profits, to be honest. Right? I hope you're taking profits there from when we took over to 25%. And I think I would close if I was still in the short, right? In your scenario right now, I wouldn't close the short now. Why? Because we're finding resistance on Monday's mid range, because we could break down and lose this level, and then we could have an expansion move going down. Okay. What I would say is, you're doing the BNB. Yes, I will do so. I'm going to do AAVE first. I promised Cyber to do AAVE. I'm going to do that first. I'm a man of my word. When I make a promise, it's going to be that. But yeah, if by any chance we hold above it and come into this area and start holding, I'd cut the trade. Or you can bring your stop loss to break even. But because what we could do is come back into this area here and then break down, and it's just a deeper pullback. We don't know. FOMC today, really, I'd definitely say start taking profits as well. You're because what could happen is with FOMC today, literally we get a spike up, spike down, then spike up again, and then we could do something like that. That's FOMC. It's fucking horrible, right? We could do something like that, and if you had the stop loss over here, you're taking out your stops, and then you come back down. So be cautious. I'd rather you take your profits now because you know, Verb, you took a trade and you're in profit right now. You're on the short, you're in profit. I say, me personally, I'd potentially start looking for a reason to cut the trade because it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get nasty. Whether you know it goes down and like whether FOMC goes down and plays down over here, like fucking I don't know. 1 second. Yeah, shit. I was saying that if you want to actually take a trade, right? Let me delete this. So where's this Monday's mid range? It's about here. That's the no, Monday's mid range is about here. We're finding resistance. So if we go up and reclaim this and start doing this, I'll start looking for. I would cut the trade myself, right? But with FOMC, we could have massive wicks as well. We could go up, come back down, like taking out stops over here and stops there. It's a tricky one. Like, which is why I'm being a bit more patient before we get a play. Either we go down below or we go up above. I don't really know. FOMC is gonna make us that decision. That's decision time, all right? So be careful. Be like monitor your trade today, right? If you're still in your trade, monitor it. But I would definitely start looking to start scaling out before FOMC. That's my opinion. That's my view of it. But be safe. Especially have your stop loss at break even. You don't want to be coming out at a loss. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sorry, thingy. Gerard. So we can't see the chart there. Exactly. Neymar. Shit, dude. What a fucking geezer. Fucking hell. So redacted saying, I've learned from experience not to trade FOMC. I'd rather wait for the dust to settle and then plan from there. 100% agree with you. FOMC is going to be brutal. If White House changed the definition of recession a couple of days ago, you saw the Hafala. Yeah, they changed the recession. So what happened was, like, before the definition of a recession or this whole thing was like it lasts for 2 quarters. They've removed that. They changed it completely. So it's could be bad. You know what I'm saying? So you took 75%. Awesome. Good to hear. So at least you're in profit. I'm happy to hear that. At least I can go to bed tonight quite at peace. I'm like, yeah, Ferb is taking profit. 75%. Good day. But yeah. So let's do freaking AAVE. Let's do AAVE. Any questions before? Cyber, this is for you, brother. Let's have a look at the weekly. I'm gonna look at this chart for so hard. Yeah, you can clearly see I haven't seen this chart for a long time. This is my last play when I was playing shorts from weekend. So what happened was I had Feb's low, right? Oops. I had Feb's low over here, and I took a short from here with a stop loss over there, playing it back down here. That was a swing trade as well. That was good. That was big of the year. So anyway, we don't really need all this. I can delete all that now. Oops, Control A. Delete all. And then let's delete all the drawings and let's make a new chart, okay? This is a new chart, new style. Let's do a breakdown of it. 12 months. Let's have a look at the 12 months. We're taking out last year's low, as you can see. So if I were to highlight this trend line, that's the last year's low. Let's make that as pink. Don't know why we're going to do that far. 3 months. 2021 low. This is good as well. This is really educational for you guys as well. Elio, what's going on, brother? Any juicy shorts for today's third meeting? Yeah, I've got loads of plans there. Been on BTC and Ethereum. I'm gonna make the chapters afterwards as well, so then you guys can see what's going on. I'm just doing AAVE first because I promised someone that I'll do AAVE Cyber. So yeah, he actually said it yesterday. I completely missed his chart. I felt really guilty. I felt bad about it. I didn't want to be disrespectful to anyone. So not gonna happen today. So I mean the quarterly, not much to say. I mean, even on the quarterly, we shan't below the 2021 low, and we're finding resistance on it. So, I mean, do we come back into this area here as a quarterly? We don't know. Let's make this as blue. cyan color, whatever, turquoise, I don't know. But as a range band environment, let's have a look. If I control Z that, do fuck off, do this, and do that. How do we look like? Oh yeah, it's come off the 25% of the range. Finding resistance off it. That's what we're coming down. To me, there's a bit of a bear move down. But let's make plans on the monthly. You see how what I do? I work my way down from the 12 months. You don't need the quarterly. You don't need to play TradingView Pro. I was doing this for like 4 years and a bit, with just on the free version as well. But on the quarterly, as you can see, well, let me bring this up closer. You guys can see it. Quarterly, what we can see that this quarterly level here on a monthly support, shank down, find resistance, and then we find resistance over here on the monthly. So monthly wise, even if I were to do a range of the last month range, right? What's going on here? That's the high and that's the low. Look where we've come down to. We're finding resistance of the mid range, as you can see. Oops. Right, we find resistance of the mid range, and literally we come to the 25% of the range, come back down to the mid range, and we find resistance after 2021 low. So that's a key. We're at a key make or break already. So we can already start highlighting these areas here. I'll do a line of this low here. I make that purple, so I know what's that. That's last month's low. Fuck it up. Right. And this is last month's high. Last month's. I label all my charts as well, so when it comes to me, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's the mid range, right? Mid range comes, let me just tighten this out there. Mid range is 83.30, right? 83.30. Coordinates 83.3. 83.3. Not looking too good already, isn't it? Because look at that. It's mid range, and then they got 2021's low. So we know what's going on. Now, just straight off the monthly, we know there's two things, right? We got one, liquidity is resting over here, and two, liquidity is resting here. Which way are we gonna go? Well, we'll make plans. Are we gonna take out liquidity up there or liquidity down there? We don't fucking know. So we're gonna work this down lower on a lower time frame, right? So I know I got that range there. Then if I go on to the weekly, I'm still stepping down. I can see literally this. It was a range band environment. This high over here to this low over here. That's a range band environment. So if I were to do a fib, I can see what's going on, how this is reacting. After weekly, you can see. So that's a range band environment there. Consolidation, breakout, possible retest. Looking for, do we hold above it? Blah blah blah. So we're gonna have to work this out as we come along. So I've got my range there for the weekly. We've got on the daily, what's going on. You can see how clear this range bound environment has been, right? Look, deviation, no, that's not true. That's the low. So it's held support. We took out liquidity from here. So that's resistance, we come back there, did a deviation in the mid-range. We held the mid-range, see here we have held the mid-range, come back to range high. We found resistance, shut up, deeper pullback, off we go. And we're now, what we did is literally, if I were to delete all this, 1 second. If we were to delete all this, what do? We're literally coming to this area here. So you see this area here, literally this area here has been resistance. So if I were to be bullish, right, mega bullish, a reclaim of this, right, taking out this high over here, because again, remember, liquidity is resting on this monthly high, then we can say playing up on the upside. But we're a bit further away there, so we need to start working out what's going on, and how do we play this. So already that's liquidity there. I mean, you can put a stop loss above here, playing it back down to level, to mid-range, and then from there to go over here. Now, what are these levels saying? Once again, let me delete all that. Let me go on the 4 hours. I mean, if you look at it this way, right? Just on the 4 hours itself, this is literally how it is working at the moment. So I'm going to start drawing all this shit now. Okay, so we know this was an SR, right? We know that's a support deviation. We lost that level. Question is, do we come back up to the mid-range as a deviation of the mid, because we come back down here, right? So do we come back up to the mid-range, lose this level here? That's my trigger to actually enter the short, stop loss over here, and then come back down. And then if I want to compound my position below here, because that's the 2021's range low, last year's low, we'll find this is a big key, and then that will be a deviation of 2021 and playing it back down to this area here. And that will be my targets over here. Lose this level, break down to target 1, target 2, and then see how we react. Do we hold above it and go back higher? If we start losing this level, let's say take out this liquidity here, that'll be the next target, going down the liquidity pool over here. So which means that we're facing the liquidity going down over here. This is liquidity on the monthly, so there's going to be stop losses there, and that's what we're going to be taking out there. What happens next? Do we do a stop run and then carry on consolidation? We don't fucking know, but that's the bearish play. Bullish play now is literally this now. So that's a bullish play with AAVE. In terms of bullish play, sorry, bearish play for AAVE, if I was to do a bullish play, you see this area here. This is now where market's been capped. Market's been capped over here. This is a consolidation area here off this high. Okay, so we got resistance, resistance, a deviation, another deviation, resistance, and shut back down. Okay, all this was support, like I said to you, we'll shut back down. Now, remember I said a deeper pullback, we can come up here and then break down, blah blah. Now, let's just say if we break down and this is the short, fine. The opposite is if we reclaim, because this is a range bound environment, you can still play as scalps over here, like day trades and scalps over here. Once we come back up, right, and start playing this move, once we come back up, right, take out these stops over there, right, and starts holding this. This is my confirmation for longs. We're going to be targeting over here, right? That'll be target 1. Because why? Because you see this area here, this is all support. That will be target 1, it will be target 2. How we what happens there? Do we break down? Then we got the trade. If we reclaim it, then I start playing with the next level, which is this target over here, taking out highs over here, looking for liquidity of the monthly. And then we're taking out liquidity over here. That's the plan, to take out liquidity from both sides of the market. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. FOMC will be clear, but that's AAVE. Does that make sense? Adam and Eve and AAVE. Adam and Eve. Where's Adam and Eve? On what time frame are you looking at? Does that make sense to everyone? That's a breakdown of a high time frame having my bias on the daily. Let's have a look. So if I delete all this and go on the daily, let's have a look. All right, I see what you mean. So you're talking about like this is the Adam, and then this is the Eve, right? Yeah, potentially. If we reclaim and come back into this, look, like we can still be bullish, right? Let's say we come back down, right, and come into this area and hold the that weekly range high, then I'd be like, okay, we can go target to the to last month's mid range, reclaim this, right, which will be the, like, this is the Adam and this will be the Eve kind of thing. Reclaim this area here, take out these highs there, then we can play back to this target here, this target there, and this target there. Does that make sense there? Work right now, listen to you via headset. I don't understand anything, but I like your voice. Thank you, Matthias. What is it you don't understand, brother? Only Putin didn't find girls. Fucking naked, man. They're back here again, motherfuckers. But that's the plan for AAVE. Does that make sense there? One second there. I'm just gonna make. Give me a second, lads. Do this. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna fucking. How use it. Cool. Sponsored. Stream sponsored by Naked HD. Dude, That's not a bad plan, you know. Yo, Naked HD, you there? If you want to sponsor the channel, hit me in my DMs. I'm fucking kidding with you. Piss off. Don't fucking sponsor shit. You ain't getting nothing from me, motherfuckers. If you need another... Oh, yeah, Dank. You know what? I'll fucking make you as a fucking moderator. Give me a second. Let me add you on. Add moderator. Cool. Awesome. Cool. So that's AAVE. We're gonna do BNB. I think everyone's kind of, because I'm not that deep into finance and stuff. I find your channel by coincidence. Oh, thank you, brother. So look, Matthias, I'm gonna be having. I've been saying this for quite some time now, actually, but because I've got some work going on at home as well, some renovations, I haven't been able. My planning has been put on pause at the moment. But what I'll be doing is I'm gonna do a breakdown content of how to trade, how to read the market, how to understand certain things like ranges and bias and all that stuff like that. And hopefully that should help you out there. And we're looking just to expand from there. You know what I'm saying? Do you so Cook is saying, do you look at long short ratio negative funding fees or not? And nah, I don't actually. I've never used that, to be honest. I need to start thinking. I need to have a look at that. You know. Osama is saying SXP analysis, please. Have a look at that as well. It's crazy how far all cryptos are from their all-time high. That's the fucking bear market for you. Bear market. Yeah, just chill out, Osama. If you're gonna keep asking me again, I'm gonna have to, ignore this request as well, because I've read it once and you just take it easy. BNB looking tempting. 100%. I want to look into the BNB. So Loan Officer Dank is the best for beginners. Matthias takes his time to answer. Yeah, but dude, does anyone do that actually? Take their time to actually really respond to you guys? Because the way I want to build this whole community is actually like, I'm for the people. You got The Rock, right? This is a fucking weird comparison here, but listen, hear me out. You got The Rock, he's the people's champ. I'm the fucking people's champ on crypto. That's the way I like it, but that's where I want to be. We'll see how that goes anyway. We'd love to see your trading setup one day as well. What do you mean? Which setup? Oh, like what's right in front of me? I've got a picture actually. Let me have a look. Profile. Let me try and find it on my phone. Give me a second, guys. I know I've got a picture. I'm gonna actually send that over. Telegram. I'll show you my setup, man. I've got a new painting coming up as well. Give me a second, guys. Where was it? It's a long way back down. A lot of people want to see my setup. I'll show you my setup. Oh, that's Eid, way before Eid. And that's when I was doing the work in the house. Mexico, that's Turkey. No, way below. Fucking hell, where is this fucking? That's when I went to Man City. Yo, I had a meeting with OKX in Man City. That was sick. I watched Watford as well. It was 5-0 game. It was I found it. Let me send this over. Yep. Give me a second, guys. I want to show you it. Twitter. No. You have a Telegram. I'm just not showing my setup. Save as. That's that there. Cool. Now, if I close this, close Telegram. Sorry, guys. Photos. Here we go. That's my setup right here. As you guys can see, literally right there. This is a Wolverine, man. This is one of my. This is Wolverine. Is a special gift that someone special gave it to me. This is like Spider-Man. I'm a big Marvel fan. I got well, I bought that, to be honest. Big Spider-Man fan. I got my Bose speakers over here, as you can see. Gotta keep my cigarette there. This table, to be honest, right, was what, like, I've been looking for a mad table like that. Yeah, it's walnut. So what happened was I found this guy who actually had a fucking who had that desk itself, right, And he was like, I'll oil it up for you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'll do it myself. I'm a very pedantic person. I like to oil up my own shit in it. So I told him, I said, listen, I'll take the desk off you, and can you make this for me as well? I wanted to stand in it, right? Oh, let me make this a bit pinky. Yeah. I wanted to stand over here as well. So I said, like, listen, can you just actually just do these legs for me? And then, like, I'll take everything. I'll do it myself. It took me 3 days to oil it all up as well, to polish it up as well. 3 days. Literally was in the garage. Like, well, this is my office now. It was in the middle, and I just was fucking working on it as well. 3 days. Then just to soak it in. It's a perfect, and then it's a perfect table. Then this legs here, the electronic legs as well. So they go up and down kind of shit. And then as you can see, got my microphone, my keyboard, and my mouse, Logitech as well. Got my Canon DSLR. This painting that you see here, that's a painting that I did myself. There's a what it means. So that's Hussein. Hussein, for those who don't know, is the grandson of the Prophet. May God be pleased with. Well, may he rest in peace. And the story about Hussein is that he was the grandson of the Prophet, and he actually fought for Islam on the very end on his life. He died in battle. Because what happened was the religion of Islam started becoming a bit messy. Like, it was Muslim versus Muslims. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. It still is nowadays. There's always fights within religion. God knows. But anyway, he died thirsty, right? And then this meaning here, he goes, "Oh, peace be upon you, oh, the one who was thirsty, who died thirsty." I saw that on a video, this kind of thing on this banner, big ass banner, and I loved it so much. And so I was really obsessed with it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna paint it. So I painted that. And got a reason to stick it up here now. And I've got another painting that I've done. It's like an Assassin's Creed in Turkey. I haven't hung it up yet, right? I'm gonna do that. And once I do so, I'm going to move that painting from one side to another side. It's a banging painting. So that's another thing about me that you guys didn't know. I'm a painter. I'm an artist. Today was really nice. Appreciate that, man. Fucking naked here again. Fuck off. Thank you so much, Magdizzle. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that's my setup. then the PC, right? The PC itself, right? I don't know. Like, NJ sorted out for me as well. So, yeah, shout out to NJ on that one as well. But yeah, and then I got these Bose Companion Fires. I had them for years, dude. They're like 400 or 500 quid. I got it from this grandpa. He's got it from his grandson on Gumtree, in it. His grandson had them, right? And he went to uni, left them at his place. Parents passed away, kind of thing, and he was staying at his grandparents. Then he went to uni, and after uni, he actually had a job in Australia. So he left everything, most things that was at home. So he was just emptying everything out, and he sold those to me for 60 quid. 60 quid, and they were crisp. They were clean. They were fucking crisp. So I bought them for £60. Sometimes I'm a bargain hunter from time to time in it. If I need something, I have a look if I can get a good price in it. Like, but there are certain things I still pay for full price in X, Y, and Z. To go, that's a sick show. I haven't finished it though. It's so long though, so long. But I do need to watch it as well. I never got around to finishing it off. But that's my setup, man. Appreciate that, guys. It's mad that you guys are intrigued by that kind of thing as well. So, AAVE. We've done that. Let's go back to BNB. What do you expect before? To be honest, it's hard to say. I mean, BTC. It's nothing is happening really. You can see. Let's go on the hourly quickly before we do BNB. I know I've got loads of lines here. Do forgive me for that. You see the small PA over here? It's nothing major. So I think we're gonna have probably dead movements over here. But really, I'm looking for either this, or this. It's a very difficult play. It's so difficult. I don't know what to say. I had the plans there, but let's move on to BNB because this is one that I'm actually intrigued to short about as well. So you should light up the sign behind you. You know what it is? HCT. Sorry, HCT is a mobile phones company. HCT. I got no electricity in the house at all. I'm doing renovations completely from top to bottom, and my electrician, like, there's no plugs that are around. The only electrics I've got is in this very room. The house is completely stripped apart. This is how fucking crazy it is. For the last 3 weeks, I've been sleeping in the garage. I got like a mat here, and it's just sleeping right behind here. Before I do so, I clean it up and mop it and shit like that because I step in and out kind of thing. But literally, There's no electrics here, so the plugs behind me there's no plug in there. I mean, I could literally extend it and put a plug over here, but it's just become more of a, you know what? Hey CT, fuck it, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's do this. Give me a second, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks up. Cool, he's right. So yeah, there we go, man. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you something about this. I actually wanted this for time as well. I was like, when I get my office, I'll get it done. All right, so BNB. Let's talk about BNB. Let's do this, man. Thank you so much, ACT. You know, I got a lot of love for you, man. What's your Twitter? Let me plug you in as well. It's very pulpy. Yeah, it is. Price action wise is a tricky one to play. So BNB on a macro, right? Yeah, we've got a lighter back in it on a macro, right? So this is what I've got. I don't know what's going on over here. Let me delete this shit here. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm thinking of $40, right? We can see the 200 weekly EMA. We're above the 200 weekly EMA, that blue line there. It's all good. Happy days. Yeah, it looks nice and pretty and shit like that. Previous all-time highs up there. Literally, this is the range we played in August, right? The range band environment was here. This is the range band environment there. The deviation of August is high. We come back down. And from high to mid, well, we've been choppy around there, mid to low. Done. We then found resistance, right? We tried to climb into it. We couldn't. And we started making lower lows. We then found resistance off this and start breaking down to get liquidity over here, to get liquidity over there, right? Where has it come into? Let me show you. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, let me move my head. I'm going to move my head in this corner over there. Cool. We take out liquidity over here. When we come back down, take out liquidity over here, liquidity there, and liquidity over here, all right? So on a macro scale, I think this is actually a freaking quarterly range, actually. You know what? That's a good point. Let me have a look. Give me a second. If I just hide all this, go on the quarterly. Is that quarterly range? Yeah, it's a motherfucking quarterly range there. Let me show you. So price has literally been stuck within this range. You see this low? Let me just fucking move this over here. So this low here has acted as range low. And this high here, this is all-time high, hasn't been retested there. Mid-range is about here, where we found resistance off there. I mean, I could do a fucking, let's see how pinpoint perfect am I. Low to mid. Yeah, boy, I'm pretty close here. So mid-range, I'm right there, okay? So the mid-range is there. Let's hide all this again. Now the question is, right? The confirmation for lower lows is if we lose this low here. We lose this and going up, then we can go back down, okay? Because at the same time, right, this is a range band environment. We can't disagree with, like, you know, we took out liquidity from this low over here, and we step back into the range. If we are to remain bullish, right, then let's have a look. So 25% of the range is about here, approximately. I've done this so many times, I actually fucking can see things go weirdly like that. So literally, do we go up? Play back down, we don't fucking know, right? So I'm looking for a major short level, right, going back to the lower prices, right? So like I said, if we lose this level, which is about 213, call it 210, we lose 210, it's fucking over, right? We're gonna go a lot more lower. Take out this liquidity over here. This will be my confirmation to play a major short, stop loss above whatever it is, and we play it down. Now, why $40, right? I know, like, some people are a bit confused by that. I did get a lot of DMs about, yo, what the fuck you talking about, Dank? You know, you're fucking me over here and this and that. I'm like, listen, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something. All right. Someone in the chat talked about inefficiency. Right? Look at this. Isn't this inefficiency? Yes, I agree this is an inefficiency, right? But if we lose this level here, we go back down. Because where's the original consolidation, right? So if I go on the monthly, it will make sense. On the monthly, look at this. Look at how price actually worked, right? So I've got a range band, but yeah, there you go. On the monthly, I use this. Look at this, right? So we can see where price is right now. This is where the high is, and this is where the low is. This high comes in approximately around $40. Literally, can you see 40.8, 40, 39, whatever you want to call it. So we've got all this to fill out. We lose this level here. Happy days. Target 1. Break down here. Fucking let's short the motherfucking market down to $40, man. Whether CC's happy or not happy, we'll fucking do it. Because we can come back here, range bound and whatever, just range bound. The moment it breaks up and holds above it, let's go back to this area here and let's go going up higher. Does that make sense there? So we've got a lot of, and this is why I'm thinking, if the shorts play out, if FOMC is as bad as we expect it to be, if it's going to be terrible, you can't rule out $40. Just like when Bitcoin, people were saying they were ruling out 20k is never going to be retested. What the fuck happened? We tested 20k, we got shagged the motherfucker up down. You know what I'm saying? People are, the butts are fucking sore. You're freaking bleeding out your freaking mouth. You got punched up in the face. No one expected to move like this. It's horrible, but we play the market either way, right? That's what it is. It literally is. So, my NIDA understands. It makes sense. HCT, it makes sense. Loan wolf is saying massive area that needs filling. Of course, 100%. I'm waiting for ENS 13.55. It's strong resistance. I hope it is. I hope it hits. Okay, let's see. So that's BNB. That's my thesis. That's my idea of why I'm looking to go shorts over here. Does that make sense there? So now let's narrow it down. So we know what's going on. Let me go on the daily, right? What is price? What the fuck is price doing, right? Price, you can see here, obviously, it's found some resistance. Where did it found resistance? Well, really and truly, right? This was a range band environment right here. That's an SR. You can see that. No. Yeah, I said this is the SR over here. This level over here. Why? Because you can see support is over here. Then we shut down. We come back down to resistance. Resistance, which means that as long as we break down, it's all good. We've got a range band environment in this little area here. Let me just make this all fucking bigger. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Not this. Yeah, I've got more space in the bottom corner. This is probably better. So we've got SR over here, right? And look how it's reacting. It's reacting perfectly for resistance over here. People would be looking to actually take it short over here and come back down, right? But from an SR point of view, find resistance, come back down, and that's what it is. So literally, we've got a few things to worry about. We've got a range band environment here, right? See, range high, range low, took out stops, deviated the mid range, held support, off we go, get above the thingy, and all we've done is this. Literally, the idea has been so far is consolidation, breakout, retest. The question is this a deviation of the range, or is this a retest? Because we only know if it's a retest is if we take out these highs here, reclaim this level over here, off we go. I said we were targeting last year February's low. That's what I'm looking for, and then from there we'll see if we're going to reclaim, take out this high here, this high over here, reclaim this area there. Once it reclaims, then I'll be target 1, target 2. That's the range band environment there. That's the bullish play, right? Does that make sense there? I'll do the bullish play, I'll do the bearish play, both on the same time, so we can actually understand how it is. As a trader, you have to not be married to your bags. You have to not be always stuck with your idea. It's gonna do this, gonna do that, gonna do this. It makes sense. You have to play the plan as how the market is showing. So that's that, right? That's the bullish play. Bearish play now, right? So let's just go on the 4 hours. 4 hours, how this works. You can see, right? 4 hours. Let's see. Let's give you an idea. Yeah, so 4 hours, right? I mean, look at this. This is the high there. I mean, you can see that market structure has broken from this. Yeah, I agree with you, right? Messages from certain people. What's going? Okay, I have a moment there. So we see market structure over here. Resistance. We've broken out. Ideally, when you got a trend line, what tends to happen is this, isn't it, right? Comes back down, right? So we find resistance all the way through there. Then we get a breakout, and we're looking for the retest, and then we say, yeah, let's fucking go. Break it. And this is your confirmation, let's go, blah, 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 right? Agree with that, right? So that's one thing, right? So we have a breaking market structure on the side, but at the same time, we've got a market structure over here. So if I were to be bullish, right? See this high over here? That's an SR level, right? which we're finding resistance off right there. Really nice and short and simple. Let me actually fucking zoom into it a little bit more. So we're focusing on this area here. That's it. That's what we're going to be focusing on. Nothing too crazy. So we've done the bullish play. We're talking about the bearish play. Now the bearish play is this. You see this? We got a trend line here, and we've got an SR over here, right? This is a range bound environment over here anyway. Clearly see, because price has been capped there. Deviation, support, support, come back down, shine, come back as retest. Okay. Does it go up, right? Does it go up and retest this area? What's so important about this area here? I've got a block here, right there. See how price? Let me just try and do it like that. See how price has been fidgety around this area? Deviation, deviation, and it come back down, lose this low. Market structure is on the bearish side. We have to agree. Market structure is on the bearish side. If we lose this level here, it's full on bear. Because so far that's the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Was this the higher low? That's the question is, or is this and then this is the higher high, and then we thinking sorry, is this the high, and that's the lower low, low high? We don't know, because on a smaller time frame, market structure is already bearish as it is. Market structure is making lower lows all the way down. Okay, so we can come back into here, retest this area, break down this, right? Well, to be honest here, this will be my confirmation over here because we're below the SR. I say a stop loss above here, playing it back to this area here. That'll be that, right? That'll be target one, back into the range, weekly range high. Once we lose this area here, right, and we break down, especially we lose this low here because we're now making new lower lows, find resistance, then I'll be like, all right, shank it back down, we're going to the mid range. From the mid range, we're going to shank it back down all the way back to range low, taking out liquidity over here, liquidity there, and look and see if we can get liquidity over here. Now, the bigger scary bit is if we lose this level here, and you see this low here, find resistance of it, we're going back down to 1440. Well, before 4040, we're going to go a lot more lower. How low? Well, the first one we need to start worrying about is this, right? Fuck off. First one we have to worry about is this liquidity here. Liquidity off here, because we can come back down, lose this low here, find resistance, and bounce back up, and then this could be just a deviation, we don't know. But your confirmation is if we lose this area here, off we go. $40, that's your target. That's a massive swing play, and we're gonna fucking compound the shit out of it. That's BNB for you, and that's my opinion on BNB. So it's a make or break again. FOMC will be the decision maker. We have to be a bit more cautious about this as well, okay? Yes, makes sense. I'm looking and thinking the same. Indeed. Hey, Jeff. How you doing, brother? Good to have you here. So that's BNB. I'm going to try and do Solana, and then I'll probably call it a day, actually. Because we have done this for over 2 hours, 223 minutes. Fucking hell, dude, guys. So, BNB. So Solana, nothing much to say. The plan still remains the same. Okay? We've done, like, this really was, right? Can you see over here? This was the original This was the original consolidation here that sent the market all the way up to an all-time high, and we come back down to as a retest. If it was to be bullish, right? Yes, we have a bullish retest and stuff like that. If it was to be bullish, a reclaim on this level, then we can go to the next level, to this level over here, and then we can go for these highs over here. That's what we'll be looking for bullishness, right? Literally that, because the problem is right now we're stuck back into this range here. We're back into this range. We couldn't reclaim it here. It was capped already in the market. Capped where? Let me show you. So you see this here. See this low on this candle there? That's an SR right there. That's resistance, resistance, come back down. Right? So we've come back into this area here. I'll probably put my stop loss, hard stop over here. You can keep a stop loss there once you're playing there. I didn't actually jump on the trade on Solana, to be honest. We've broken the market structure on the downside. Everything across the board, alts is all broken the market structure on the downside. Look on the, let's look on the hourly. Can you see this? That purple line here? That was your finger. That was your trend line. We were grinding all the way up there. Did a double bottom over here. Come back down, taking out the stop. So taking out the stops there, and I was saying that if we get back below here, retest, fucking let's send it down to range low. I did took some bosh profits over here. I've got a tiny bit running over here at the same time. I've got a tiny little bit running. Well, I took 80% camera. What's it? We're doing this for Vivek. How's it going, brother? You good? One moment there. Just sort out the camera. This has been a really long stream, though. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, smash the likes as well. I really appreciate all of you guys actually being here. Shout out to all you motherfuckers out there. You know, end of the day, you spending your time with me. That to me is one of the nicest things that you guys could ever do for me. I really, really, genuinely appreciate that more than you can actually imagine. Trust me about that. Okay, let's put this back in. Camera back up. There we go. So I've taken partial profits around here. Reason why is that this is an area of consolidation over here, and I was seeing that how price has come back in and it's just kind of kissing it, it's touching it a little bit, you know, it's fucking little teas here and there and shit, nothing too major, didn't even stretch out to the mid-range. So I took out 80% on my trade here, got a little bit left riding, got 20% riding. This was a big trade. I think I entered around, I can't remember where I entered. I know there was a break in market structure on the 15 minutes. I was looking at, in terms of my trade, what I was looking for was this. So look on the, I think it was on the 5 minutes I looked at it. It was the 5 minutes when I entered. So I was looking at the 5 minutes, right? I was like, okay, what's going on over here? All right, I was watching this really, really late at night. I was during Asia, you can see 1:30 in the morning, right? And the trend line going up there, I'm like, okay, this is gonna have to break. See this trend line right there? This is gonna have to break. I saw this happen, right? I see a deviation. I was like, I can enter here. I'm like, let's see how far we go. Once we come back into this area, that was the 75% of the range. We found resistance of it of this high here, around this high here. Found resistance of it, and I was like, okay, let's see how we react. The moment we come down, retest this up there. This over here, right? I think it was about. I think I entered. By the time I entered, about 40.80. I entered there with a stop loss over here. Invalidation would be here anyway, and I played it all the way down. I mean, as a trade, right? As a fucking trade. How much was that? That's a very, very good play. Fucking hell, Zishan, you fucking sick sometimes. I don't know what to say about you. Short position. It's about. I think it's 40. I think let's call it 40.70. It doesn't really matter. I don't really give a shit. My stop loss was here, and I took partial profits around. Let's say around here. That's a 6.5 hour trade. Fucking hell. So 80% of the profits have been locked up, and I might just cut the trade. Just a bit ahead of FOMC. Let's have a look. Let's have a look once again on the 5 minutes. Don't like this. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the trade actually. Let me cut the trade right now. One second. I don't like this. I wanna be safe. Yeah, I don't like this. All right, that's all cut off. Fuck it. I 20%. I'd say fuck it. FOMC. I'm a man of my word. I don't like to keep trades going on for FOMC. If it goes lower, it doesn't matter. We can play the market as it comes, and I'll make the plans for that. No, Lone Wolf, by all means. Like, I'm happy to have you guys on. It means a lot than you guys are here, not me. Like, bro, my time means nothing in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are the one that are. Like, I'm nothing without you. It will always be the same, no matter what. That's always going to be the case. For me, is that end of the day, you guys are always on here, and you know you want to learn, you want to we have a bit of fun, a bit of banter in that. But shout out to all you guys, man, 100%. So now the keys, right? FOMC. I mean, we don't know. It could spike if it spikes up there, and that'll be a retest of this area. What's so special about this area here? This to me showing me resistance. So this is like an hourly block. I think it's an hourly or 4 hour block. Resistance. So it was all good for shorts in it with a stop loss over here to targeting the mid range, right? Which we did so. We had a bit of deviation, All right, cool, happy days. So then, yeah. So that's the resistance. We come back up, final resistance, stop run over here, off this block over here. Doesn't stop at this here. Comes back down, gets up and support, and now it's a deviation. Come back down and it's now resistance. So if this is like, let's picture that as like an SR. That block is an SR. Okay. If it was resistance and it then became support, right? Then now it's become resistance. We expect if we were to come back, we expect this to be resistance, correct? right? So now with FOMC, we don't even know what's going to happen. If by any chance it decides to do its own thing and comes back up, breaks down, that's my entry, playing back to mid-range, targeting one there, and then going for these lows over here, right? Then we can start making, because the market structure on the lower time frame is grinding down. We're not making up. We lost this trend line over here. It's quite bad. So that's my opportunity to re-enter the trade to come back in, right? For shorts. I've already cut it here. Let's just say FOMC sends it back down below here to the mid-range, right? Let me just do this. I'm on the 4 hours. It's much more clear. Oh, motherfucker. I should have actually paid attention to this. I just noticed this now, like an idiot. Trend line. So you can see this low here. You can see. Yeah, you can use this. Yeah, I'll say you can use this. Yeah, you can see how this is working at the moment. That was support. That was support. This is support. If we come back up, retest, break down below here, this will be your entry to go back target 1, playing it down for more of a swing play to target 2. This is the mid-range, remember, right? So if we have a reaction and hold above it, I'll start taking, well, definitely you're going to have to take profits at target 1 anyway. That'll be target 2, taking on liquidity over here, looking for more of a down move over here, going down to this area here. Let me just do that again. Remember we said it was a range bound environment? This is just nothing but a fucking range bound environment. So let it do its thing. Come back down. Break down. Target 1. Fuck it. Let it do its thing. Break down. That'll be target 1. Let's see if we can do that. That's target 1. Target 2. And all we've done, we've played the range bound environment. You know what? I want to post this on Twitter actually. Let me just fucking make this a bit more pretty actually. So this is an all or nothing at the moment. That's the plan there. Come back down here. And once we break down, this is your confirmation over here. That's your confirmation. Oops. Confirmation. Okay, target 1. And then, oops. So you do this. This will be confirmation further. Target 2. And then target 3. Let me just do a quick snippet on that, and I'm going to post this right now actually. Let me save this. S. A. And I'll post that in just a moment there. So that's the plan for Solana. Now, I don't know if I did a bullish plan. I'm not too sure. If we were to reclaim and hold above it, right? Then I'll be taking out these highs up here. This has been an SR. I told you that's an SR. And I'll be looking to take out range high. Once we reclaim range high, then we play the up move there. But we'll have to see how FMC works out. So in the meantime, bit of a tricky one at the moment, because if you look at it still in terms of a range, like a market structure wise, right? That's the low, right? That's the lower. That's the higher high, right? And that's the lower low, higher low. And then we got, I wouldn't call that because it does look like a thingy. But then this here is the higher high, because we made a new higher high because we didn't take out this higher low. And then now, is this the higher higher low? We don't know. We'll find out if we hold above it, take out this high, and off we go. And then reclaim this level. We take out liquidity all over there, and we play it next to the next level. Okay, so that's it really. In terms, I've done BNB, I've done AAVE, I've done Solana. I'm gonna call it a day because it is a bit long as well, because we've done this for what, 2.5 hours. Fucking hell, 62 people. Is there 62 people here? 59, 51. So yeah, so that's it really. To the moon or core to the earth, we don't know. We're still on the 40 days, $40 and down to 0. Solana has a lot of outages, don't they? They have been fucking around a lot. So we don't fucking know what's going on with Solana. So end of the day, what ETH says, or BTC says, that's going to be the oh, let me do ETH actually while you guys are here. ETH, right? Let's see what's going on. Delete all this. This is a tricky bit here. Look at what's going on with ETH, right? So we know this is the macro range, right? So as you can see, this is a macro range. So the range itself, right? Cool. So you can see this high and this low support from the high and the low. You got support here, a deviation. You come back down, so deviation. We're still playing in this range. So like you play it from low to mid. That's what you'll be playing it. Now, if you look at it, let me just delete everything and just zoom into the area that we need to focus on. Let's have a look. So this is a level of so that's an SR, right? Oh, not SR, it's a trend line. Resistance, deviation, come back below it, come back to the mid-range. End of the day, right? If it was to be bearish, if we break down from the mid-range, right, then I see alts are going to go to shit. Alts is going to go to shit. I mean, look, you got this here. No, I wouldn't say that. Can you see that? Yeah, you could probably say that. This is going to go to shit, because if we lose this level here, right, lose this breakdown, then you get 25% range coming back to this area. At least the minimum target to here. So 25% this of range high itself, and then coming back down, and just a range bound environment. Do we lose below it and go a lot more lower below the this month's monthly open? We don't fucking know. It's a tricky one. But if I was to be bullish on ETH BTC, again, this is why I'm taking a bit of time in terms of actually not taking the trade just like out of nowhere. If we were to bullish, right, you see this high here as an SR. Okay, we had a deviation right there, resistance. So if we were to come back to the mid-range, reclaim this SR, then I'm like, okay, then we can go to this range here, nearly 0.076, coming back to range high, which is 0.0825-ish kind of thing. That's why I'll be looking for a bullish play. And then we can long out alts on that. So you would time it with ETH, how they're reacting, but I'd say be patient in terms of FOMC. Don't rush into a trade. It's gonna bend you over, right? Literally, the best thing you can do, I would say, is probably wait for the next 9 hours, 8-9 hours, or before even stepping in. Because even after FOMC, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like the moment FOMC happens, we're gonna have massive spikes. You don't want to enter a trade on the spikes in it. Just wait for it to break down. We've got the plans. Be patient. We spent a good 2.5 hours on this. So please, guys, just take your fucking time. You can't make mistakes here now. This really is a make or break. We don't have the time to fuck about. We don't have the time to lose profits, and or a guessing game. It's a guessing game. You know, I can't stress that enough. Literally, if you're gonna enter a trade now for a swing play, you're playing a guessing game. You don't even know what the Fed's gonna say. We don't know if it's gonna be 100 BPS or 75 or 50. It could be good. It could be good, and if it's good, let's fucking long. You know what I'm saying? But it's a guessing game. Let me talk about ES quickly, because it's such an important day. I want to cover important things as well. Let me get ES on the picture as well. Then I'm going to do the chapters as well and head off. Bro, I think BTC to 7K. What do you think? BTC to me, 12-10K. From there, we'll see what happens, right? But 7K, it could happen. It really could happen. Like I was saying yesterday, I've got buys on the fucking I've got buys on Ethereum for $400, working my way to about $350 around that. That's the I've got some buys there. Then I've got spare USD capital to actually put there. Bitcoin, I've got buys from 12K, working my way to 10. I think it's 10 or 9K. I believe so. I gotta check what the buys are at. If whoever wants to work with me, I'll put the buys over there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I got buys at that kind of area. Now, in terms of 7K, it could come. I'm not saying no, but we gotta work it level to level. The buys I've got are long-term buys. I'm happy to hold out. If it comes like this freaking month or something, for example, for whatever reason, I'm happy to hold it out and play as it comes. But that will be my longer term bags. That's when I'm holding. To me, that's my hodl bag, because I do think Bitcoin will. I don't know if it makes. Well, I like to believe that Bitcoin can make an all-time high, but in 2024, I do think so. That's possible. But at the same time, I need to look at capital. You know, how to deploy capital in the right way. We'll talk about that in the future as well, about deploying capital in the right way. The DCA shit. Whoever invented DCA is a bunch of knobends. Fuck these guys. Dude, you know, I don't know what they're on, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah. Bro, I think BTC to 3K. Fucking hell, Yardy, you are fucking going mad. 3K. So it could. I don't see why not. This whole monkeypox situation is going mad. I swear to God, I saw on my Twitter early on. If we could explore, right? Okay, I'm trying to get as fuck at 2 p.m. I want to use this moment to thank all CTA legends. Ask Kobe for being smart. fucking Essie for being king of PA. Also, everyone tuning in. Yeah, let me enjoy his day. Let him enjoy his day. Rate that though. Notification. No. Explore. Kriti Sanan. What are you saying? Who's this chick? Is she an Indian bird? I think she is an Indian bird. Is she an Indian bird? I don't even know. Can anyone confirm if Kriti is a thingy? Is an Indian girl? She's actually pretty, dude. Yeah, she's actually quite. HCT is right, jumping on it though. Happy birthday. Oh, she's Indian. Damn, these Indian girls are really fucking bang. What's going on here? Yeah, okay, let's focus. Shit. Kriti Sanan is an Indian actress who appears predominantly in Hindi films. Dude, I haven't seen the last Indian movie I watched was Gajini, fam. That's how long it's going. Gajini was a fucking sick show as well, man. It was a beautiful film. That's how long it's been. It's been such a long time. But happy birthday, Kriti. I swear to God, I saw it was on my phone. Literally on my phone, I just saw like vaccines, like freaking what you call it, fucking the monkeypox shit as well. So if the monkeypox is a real thing and they're looking to short the market down, right, just in time with this FOMC thing and whatever, it's very, very possible. Shout out to my Nida, is my last follower at 1351. You know, thank you so much for that. We're going to 1400, inshallah. So together we're gonna actually fucking grow this channel as a community. That's the only thing. But anyway, what's it? BTC dumping right now. Let's go, dude. Don't if he's dumping right now, you're saying dumping right now, and he's not really dumping. Interesting. Remember the plans I said? Come into this box, right? Now it's all a make now, right? We're gonna see how we react to this. Literally right here. So remember I said to you this low here. You see what happened? What's going on here? We're closing on there. If we come up and reclaim this level, it will be a bodily close above here. This will be a trigger for me to enter there, and then we can see if we can, you know, level to level. The target's all there, but we'll see what happens. What's going on? 2009, it was, I guess. Gurjani, yeah, it was the 2009. That's how long it's been. Fucking, how long has it been? I haven't watched. I don't watch films that day thingy. Because when I was into uni in 2009, I was at uni. September 2000, was it 2009, 2010? 2010, I was in uni. So I was doing pharmacy for 4 years. And that was a really tough time. I mean, it was not tough. I mean, I was chilling a lot, to be honest. But I was just enjoying life kind of thing. I didn't really watch movies that much. I was into the TV shows and shit. My parents love fucking Indian shows. They love it. The TV, the movies and whatnot. And I stopped chilling with them back then. You know, when you're a teenager, late teenager, you got friends and shit. And that was the last movie. So if you guys got any good movies for me to watch, just fucking pop them there, man. I'll check it out. So we'll see what happens. So don't get too excited about this. If you break down, lose this level, off we go. All right. Key is here. I'm not gonna take any trades just yet. I'm gonna be very, very careful as well. It's really, really important that you take your time. But if they're gonna short the fucking market because of monkeypox, right? Because I swear to God, I saw my phone. One second. Go to Twitter on my phone. All right. And then go back. Search. Yeah. How to protect your phone. Literally. It's gone now. How to protect yourself from monkeypox. It was in the morning then. Literally, it's a fucking nasty thing. Let's have a look. 15 minutes. What's going on? I see on the 1 hour. Literally this. Block here. Okay. Mid range of the. Got a private number. One second. Hello? Yeah, this is he speaking. How can I help? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, my first night. Give me one second there. Remember there. Sorry about that. It's, again, important call. So look at what's going on there. So we're going to be a bit patient about this, and nothing too hectic as well. So reclaim, if we reclaim them at Monday's low, we can start looking for longs for short term, at least to here. Then working out this here, and then probably the mid range there. Well, we got the weekly range high, and then the mid range. Then from there we play it level to level. Be very careful though. If it is FOMC, we don't want to lose any profits right now. It's probably better to miss the trade today. It's probably the safest thing to do. To miss out the trade is fine. And then come tomorrow, we have better plans, and we can play the plans as it comes. All right. So the PA is going to be a bit weird. It's going to be a bit dry. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Quickly look at ES before we carry on. Before actually we call it a day, because I do gotta go. ES wise, on the daily, let me show you this. What I've got here is literally a range band environment. All right. So we got, again, let me move my head in this corner over there. S&P. We got range low, range high, and all we've done, I talked about it yesterday, we kissed the fucking, the range high itself, and it was just a deviation. We did another kiss over here, so we're still stuck within the whole range band environment of this, right? We're still stuck in there, right? So there's nothing we can do about it, but just play it level to level. So we gotta focus from here to here. That's all we're doing. This area is where we gotta focus on. Now, on a smaller time frame, right? If I go on the hourly, right, you can see. See this range band in here, this trend line, it's holding resistance, support, 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 support. All this is support. Breaks down resistance, resistance. We come back as resistance now. Now, if I want to short it, right, the clear point is from here, working our way back down as target 1, looking at liquidity over here, looking at target 2, and then coming down over here. Right, that's what I'm looking for. If we reclaim the trend line, so let's delete all this. If we were to reclaim the trend line and hold above it, then I'm like, okay, we'll take out this liquidity over here and liquidity over there, and then we can start playing the mid-range game. The mid-range game is at 4225, and if we, so something like this would do. I've got to stop smoking, man. Reclaim, hold above it, off we go. Take out this liquidity there. Once we take out this liquidity there, compound your position there. That's another compounding position going all the way to this area here, 4225. And if this happens, right, then that means it's going to be bullish for BTC. So that's what we're looking for. Dollar, right? Quickly touch dollar index. Dollar index, right? Seasonality does show a low, right? It creates a low, right? In seasonality wise, in July, August time. As you can see for dollar, we've literally range band in this area. This is a deviation, and we're just range band in this area, so nothing too complicated just yet. Now, it's a make or break. We've got FOMC. We've got all this inefficiency over here. You see this? All this inefficiency that we've got to fill out, right? You could do this now. You could do this like in, this month, next month, or you could just do this whenever the fuck you wants to do. We've got a gap over here, which makes me think, fucking hell. I mean, FOMC could actually fill this up with a freaking wick. Like with a spike up, take out the stops over here, and come back down and play down. But really and truly, right? So you see, let me just drag this across. Really and truly, right? We've got to work this out. So if it does come, if it was to be bullish and breaks up, and FOMC is really bad, dollar's gonna go up. So this will be confirmation to playing to this area, this SR, and then from there, that'll be confirmation. From there, we take out the highs as we have above, and go a lot more higher to 113. I think 113 to me, which is fucking nasty if you ask me. Let's go weekly. 111 to 113. I think we go to the mid range. I really think if we step back into this range, this is a range band environment which make the market go down. And this was resistance. Is this resistance? If it is resistance, we need to break down a lot more lower. At least come to 104.5 and go working our way back lower. Or if we step back into this, then yeah, it's going to be fucking bear mode everywhere. Target 1, target 2, 113. So it's a make or break, man, FOMC, because the next one's in September. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Morning, Archie. How's it going? I heard you and SC tweeting Bollywood and Hindi songs quite sometimes. Where's SC from? SC is from Birmingham. Originally from Birmingham. He lives literally 20 minutes away from me. But he's based away from Birmingham at the moment for quite some time now. But he does come to Birmingham from time to time. Yeah, there's a thing with SC. I don't know, like whenever you guys see SC actually sends me like a Bollywood song or whatever, like Zakir Knight, Zach Knight, and all these other things as well. Then you know that SC is definitely like he's thinking about me. it's weird. He's probably just really relaxed and he's thinking about me. And then we have a weird brotherly. It's not weird. I love it. I love what we have. We have a very good brotherly relationship as well, and so that's SC for you as well. But that's it, guys, for me actually, really. So any other questions from anyone before I call it a day? The stream has gone on for time. We've done nearly 3 hours, man. Fucking hell. So I need to get some work done. No questions there. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. It has been a really long day. I thought like we spend some time on BTC, Ethereum. We covered Solana. We covered BNB, AAVE, bits and bobs and shit like that. I'm gonna put, so for those who missed it, if you guys are gonna come, I'm gonna in the next half an hour or so, I'm gonna have the chapters already on the stream, and you guys can actually have a look and scroll through it and whatever. Okay. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much for attending the show. Smash the likes. You know, Exist, Elio, thank you so much for that. Amav, Archie, thank you so much for being on the show. And I hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10:15, we're gonna do the next set of the day of day trades and whatnot. FOMC will be out the way, and we'll go from there. Mynida, shout out to you. Dagsy, shout out to you, brother. Yeah, man. How much likes have I got on this stream actually? Let's have a look. 99. Ooh, we're gonna get 100, inshallah. But yeah, so shout out to all you motherfuckers out there. It's been a really good show. Thank fucking now. Yes, we did it. 100 likes on the show while live as well. So thank you so much, everybody. You know what? It's been a fucking pleasure and a half as well. Yeah, so hopefully, like, I want to grow this community. I really want to grow this community. You guys are so hyped and you give me so much energy and buzz. That's what I want to do now. So, got fucking paint in my hand from yesterday. I didn't even wash off properly. Fuck off. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to build this up. I think Nick, shout out to Nick as well. Fucking Miranda, man. I know you got Yan in the show as well, and shout out to the Hobie thingy. The Hobie manager. He was on the show early on as well. I don't know if he's still here, but you know, that's another conversation I have to have soon as well. Shout out to the mods, 100% for controlling the mods. Hunter, GP, fucking Etmos, appreciate that as well. The plan is now to grow this channel a lot more bigger, not just as a day-to-day kind of thing as well. Potentially looking at Discord. I'm gonna have to have a look at that in the coming weeks. Once the work is done, I have more time. So the idea I think I'm gonna go through is more of a Discord channel, more privatized, more exclusive as well. I'll cap the numbers, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will cap the numbers at first because I need to control what the amount of people here. So that's the plans. I think the plans will be the freaking Discord channel. We're gonna have the education content on YouTube as well, and even on the Discord as well. There'll be more in-depth education content as well, and there'll be like I think I'll do more live trades on the Discord as well. I will do some on the YouTube channel, like Scalps, when it comes up and about. So there's a lot to think about. I've got a lot to plan. I've got a shit lot to plan, and you have no idea. I've got a notebook here full of shit in it, and I haven't touched it for it's right there. It's just got collecting dust now. I've got to really work this out, and I think my priority right now really is not the Discord, it's that education content, because I need to give you guys a reason to stick around for longer. You know what I'm saying? So love to you guys, salute to you champs. I'm gonna catch you guys soon. I'm gonna call it a day, and catch you tomorrow. All right, love guys.